9 on February 8, 2016, Monday, 5:30 p.m.
I don't know where they came from.
Hey folks, this is Ash Wednesday. And what do you do on Ash Wednesday? God time, 6:30 or so in the morning. Ash Wednesday. Holy season, 40 days and 40 nights in the desert. Hungry, turn the rocks into bread. Man shall not live by bread alone. I'll make you king of the world. I'll make you Hitler. I'll make you Napoleon. I'll make you Caesar. I'll make you Alexander the Great. I'll make you king of the world. No. We already have a king of the world, the universe itself, and all the greatness up there, down there, over there, all around us. You take a ball. Did you ever see the ball of elastic rubber bands? The rubber bands that are in the form of a ball, a sphere. Well, that's sort of what it looks like. It's going every way, right? It's going every way. By the way, get a 200-watt light bulb. We just broke one through carelessness. 200 watt. That's the Walmart list. Walmart's quite an institution, I think. What was the third temptation? Go way up high on the parapet, way up high, the highest place, and cast yourself down, and the angels will lift you up. Tempt the Lord. Don't tempt the Lord. I'm not so sure what that means. Don't tempt the Lord. Let's get back to that. But the answer to that is, you shall love the Lord your God, and Him only you shall serve. What does that mean? Who is God? Not anthropomorphism. Not God. I don't know what God is. God is the universe, God is all creation, God is the allness, God is the wholeness, God is the atoms, God is the people, God is the flowers, God is the trees, God is the rocks. God is the whole universe, and we're all one. We're all one, and we're together, and we're working for the fun and the joy of creating and operating this grand universe. Ash Wednesday, 5 weeks to spring. 5 weeks to snowdrops, crocus, daffodils, forsythia. I was thinking of purple last night in the night. Purple? What does God make that's purple? Eggplant, right? Then those beautiful triangular purple flowers with a yellow center that are out by the porch. Lilacs are purple. Sometimes turnip, the bottom of the little white turnips, they're purple. I had 9 of them in the night I could think of that were purple. God makes us purple. And then go through what God makes that is yellow and what God makes that is orange. The moonrise, the sunset, oranges. Where are you, baby? This is the morning fruit. An orange, an apple, a banana, and grapes. Orange. I've seen nasturtiums that are orange. So what is God? Universe, energy, force, we don't know. We don't know, but we know that we're all some of God and we're all working together for the good of the universe and we're having a grand time doing it. That much we know. This is God time. It's supposed to take 5 minutes. And it comes after getting up and going to the bathroom and doing the ablutions and getting dressed and making the bed and tidying the house and washing the desk and pouring the spring water and taking care of the recycle. Oh, thank you, recycle people. We gave each of them $5 and we gave the dumpster man 10. Thank you so much for recycle and for taking away the rubbish and keeping our earth clean. He trusts us with his world to keep it clean and fair. The rocks, the trees, the skies, the seas, all creatures everywhere. It's our job to take care of all creatures everywhere and take care of the rocks and the trees and the skies and the seas. We are stewards. We are not dominion in the sense of being the boss. No. We are working together as stewards, taking care of his world and keeping it clean and fair. All creatures everywhere. God time. So what do you do after recycle? You take care of .com's litter pan. And you don't put it into the dumpster the way other people do here. No, I don't think that's right. You put it into the woods because it's fertilizer. And the kitty litter itself turns to earth, or turns to mud, or turns to soil. And then the ninth thing is you get out the crackers and the things and the seeds. 5 cups of seeds and a package of crackers every day to the animals, whoever they are. That table is clean every afternoon. We go out and load the table. It's clean. Somebody's getting through the winter. God time. And then what's that? Feedlittle.com. She's been waiting by now an hour and a quarter for fed and watching everything, watching for her time and to be fed her vegan. She had vegan chicken this morning made by Cedar Farms, vegan chicken slices with yeast on it. What kind of yeast? Nutritional yeast. You get it at the health food store. So that's fundamental 10, and then it's God time. And after that it's file the pile. The work that was done yesterday and has to be filed away. Nancy Clemens is doing a wonderful job getting me ready to sign all the papers you have to sign before you die, folks. And she's doing a wonderful job at it, taking care of Medicare Part A, Medicare Part B, and Social Security. She's doing just great. Power of attorney and the body to go to Albany Med, anatomical donation, no resuscitation forms, no machines. She's doing a great job. She's assembled 3:30 this afternoon. She's assembled my friends, Pat Sarr and Maxine and Madeline and Sandy and Tracy and at Tracy's house at 3:30 this afternoon to sign these papers and witness one for another. I'd be glad when it's over, this talking about dying. Oh, dying at home, specifically dying at home. And Mary Ann Wagner is somebody who helps people in their last days at home so that they do die at home. I'll be glad when all this dying preparations are over, and then we can go on with living, don't you think? The judge is a mature thinker. What's that mean? All of his ideas are 65 years and older. This is God time. What's it got to do with telling jokes? Because we all like to laugh together. And that's a great thing that you ask what God is. That's one thing that God did, is a sense of humor. People laugh. Things strike them funny. And dogs wag their tails and cats purr. Explain those. They're wonderful. And music. Music is another thing that's in us. The beat, the tune, the melody. It's another thing that's grand. God, I guess, is our conscience. Or at least that's how we commune with God. Our conscience, the Holy Spirit. Our conscience. We know what's right, we know what's wrong, and we know when we've done what our conscience has told us to do and when we haven't. All of us together. Aren't we having a good time? Aren't we running a grand universe? Miracles, one after the other. Not only creating it, but operating it. And the perpetuity of it. 5 billion years, the Earth. 14.7 billion years, the universe, whatever's going on out there. New girlfriend to the new boyfriend. What do you do for a living? I'm a plant manager. And his friend says, that's right, it's his job to water them every day. And why did the man quit his job at Midas Muffler? It was exhausting. Why should IBM and Goodyear Rubber merge so they can manufacture a computer that will make snap decisions? Did I tell you that there's 12,000 people who have read the Bible passage on Twitter we put up every day? And did I tell you it's 6,200 that have read the joke every day that goes up onto Facebook? And did I tell you on YouTube that it's 56,950 views? There'll be 57,000, okay? And there's 4 facts I wonder if you, or 4 claims I wonder if you would help me with. 1, it's listed on Guinness that A Chat with Glendora is the longest running weekly public access TV show. Anthony Riddle, the executive director of Brooklyn Community Access Television, BCAT, is going to declare it so. He's been in public access, I think, as long as I have, 43 years. That's one claim. The second claim, this is not a claim, this is a fact. 11,000 half-hour shows of A Chat with Glendora starting in 1972. Third claim, that we are the only ones with a Glendora public access television network, and we have 61 TV stations. 45 take them by DVD disc and 1 by DV cam, and 16 by computer through Rob Jackson in Yonkers. And the last claim, the fourth one, is that Glendora is the longest running television performer, both broadcast TV, starting around 1953, and cable TV, which started in 1971. And still going. Back to the jokes. When did the Chinese man have his dental appointment? 2:30. 2:30. Why did the inventor cross a TV set with a microwave oven? So he could watch 60 minutes in a quarter of an hour. O Master, let us walk with thee in dearer, closer company, in work that keeps faith sweet and strong, in trust that triumphs over wrong. In work that keeps faith sweet and strong, in trust that triumphs over wrong. What is faith? Things hoped for but not seen. There's that dear dumpster man right now. Thank you, Rick. Thank you. Out there in the snow. Snow number 9. Only ground, no, number 10. Only ground cover yesterday and today. The ground has been bare for about 40 days of this winter. One big storm, December 28th. That was it. The rest of the little tiny ground covers. Be still, my soul, the Lord is on thy side. Bear patiently the cross of grief or pain. Leave to thy God to order and provide. In every way he faithful will remain. Be still, my soul, thy best, thy heavenly friend. Through thorny paths leads to a joyful end. Through thorny paths leads to a joyful end. "39, Jesus is calling," Sarah Young. On Ash Wednesday. Hi, Ginny. Jesus is calling.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks. I think it's over with.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing.
Good, and Jesus is calling us.
Yes, he is. Well, today is what, the 9th?
Today is Ash Wednesday the 10th.
The 10th. Okay.
First day of Lent.
Alrighty. It says, trust in me enough to spend ample time with me.
Ample time.
Yeah. Pushing back the demands of the day. Refuse to feel guilty about something that is so pleasing to me, the King of the universe.
Ah,
Because I am omnipotent, I am able to blend time and events in your favor. You will find that you can accomplish more in less time after you've given yourself to me in rich communion.
you accomplish more in less time.
Yeah, if you spend time with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, as you align yourself with my preparation, you can sort out what is important and what is not.
Yeah.
Don't fall into the trap of being constantly on the go.
Don't fall into the trap of being constantly on the go.
Yeah. Many things people do in my name have no value in my kingdom. To avoid doing meaningless work, stay in continuous communication with me.
What kind of work? Meaningless work?
Yeah. He
Good.
said, the other one said, many things people do in my name have no value in my kingdom.
Oh, yeah. So avoid meaningless work.
Yeah. Stay in continual communication with me, and I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go.
That's right. Continuous communication.
I will counsel you with my eye upon you.
Yeah.
And then we got Luke 10:41-42. And he's talking to Martha. Martha, Martha, the Lord answered, you were worried and upset about many things, but only one thing is needed. Mary has chosen what is better, and I will not be taken away from you. Remember when Martha went to the Lord and said, Mary, don't help me?
Yeah.
And Mary was sitting at his feet listening to what Jesus was saying.
Yep.
And he was saying, you worried and upset about many things, but only one thing is needed.
That's right.
Mary has chosen it's better, and I will not take it away from her.
Yeah, listen. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay, and the next one is Psalm 32:8. I will instruct you and teach you in the way which you should go. I will counsel you with my eyes upon you.
Nice.
She ties everything she says right in with Scripture.
Yeah, she's good.
Yeah, she is. Yeah.
And you're good to read it to me. Thank you, dear. Well,
my
listen.
pleasure.
Good luck today at the medical trip.
No, I go tomorrow.
Oh, okay. All righty.
Or I go, yeah. I gotta be there at 11 o'clock. And then I go right to the Galvin place.
Yes.
So,
We canceled our meeting on Monday. We're going to have it today at 3:30 at Tracy's house. And Maxine's coming, and Madeline's coming, and Pat Sar's coming, and Tracy's coming, and Nancy Clement's coming, and I think that's it, myself. And we're going to sign those papers that have to be signed.
well, that's good. Getting it done. You're getting it done. I'm proud of you.
Oh, okay, hon.
That's something that needs to be done.
Yep.
So you better call me early tomorrow, because I'll be taking out of here about 10:15.
Tell me what time to call, please.
Well, around 9, because I'll be getting dressed and leaving around 10:15.
Thank you very much, Ginny. I'll do that.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Have a good day.
And it's Ash Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ash Wednesdays. Let me show you what we have to do.com. Let me show you, folks. You see, this is palm. This is the palm from Palm Sunday, 2015. Okay. So, the ritual is to burn this palm to ashes, and then take the ashes and start Ash Wednesday and be in ashcloths and sackcloths and repent. Oh boy, I got a lot to repent for. I'm a sinner, and I have done so many things wrong, and I am sorry, sorry, sorry. I have done so many things wrong. And I don't want to be forgiven for them. I don't deserve to be forgiven. I want to work them off. I want to atone for them all. I am sorry, people, for the things I've done wrong. I'm sorry, animals and plants. So thank you, Sarah Young, and thank you, Ginny Palmer. And tonight is the Glendora Vegetarian Club, where we're trying to help people stop the cruelty to animals. With God we go to spread the joy of life. We win each day the happiness of love. We count our blessings. We give thanks. We give joy. Stop, stop the cruel. Stop, 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 stop the cruel. Thank you, Ralph Vaughan Williams. For all the saints, you, Franklin, who from their labors rest, who thou by faith before the world confessed. Thy name, O Jesus, be forever blessed. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. But the problem is that I don't have anything to start this with. I don't have a cigarette lighter or anything like that. I have to borrow one. Ash Wednesday, 40 Days of Holiness.
I got a good report. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Uh-oh. We're on candid camera.
Yeah, looks like it.
Doesn't pay her rent. I don't know, talk to her durable power of attorney. You know, I mean, that's what we want for you.
So you're saying that the durable power of attorney takes care of financial matters?
Whatever Glendora says, but
She'll
she'll let
mark
you
on
do
it
it.
Okay,
out of all these
we'll check
things.
that off. But in the event of, the person passing, person has died,
Right.
then there's no access, so you don't have
Right.
to worry about somebody going, that's what you were saying.
You don't have to worry about anybody raiding the bank account,
What
exactly.
happened, I
You need an
have a
executive.
particularly avaricious,
You need
my mother had a
executive.
particularly avaricious first cousin, okay? And she took in Aunt Harriet, okay? And Aunt Harriet died. And Peg wanted this big funeral at Bonds in Schenectady, and she tried to pay with one of Aunt Harriet's checks. You can't do that.
Ah.
You can't do that. Now, if her name had been on the checkbook with Aunt Harriet's, it would have gone to her.
Right.
Right.
She could have signed the check as long as Aunt Harriet was alive, but you can't pay for the funeral
Right.
because funerals happen when you're dead.
Right.
Okay. So, and it is, I mean, and you can do that. Now, that's what I did with my mother and my grandmother, to cut down on the amount of work that I had to do after they died. We had joint accounts.
Yeah.
That's a whole different thing.
That's a
whole.
different thing.
But the thing that I want to make sure that you understand, this is a legal document in New York State. You fill it out. You decide what they can do and what they can't do. Okay? You have special provisions And then this particular document requires that it be notarized.
Okay.
Okay, so what I would recommend is that, and there are also, you need an alternate, or so, and I would think that however it works out, whoever you name and agrees would be your primary power of attorney. You know, you guys want to work, I mean, I'm assuming it's going to be, somebody's a red car here, is that for you? Maybe it's somebody, I'm not going to, if it's somebody, I can't start over again, I'm losing my voice.
Well, that's Nicholas's mom.
Sorry. Oh, okay. That's all right. So, but I want everybody to understand how important this document is. Let's say that Glendora appoints Collins. Okay? Okay? She can't because Collins under 18.
Right.
Okay, but let's say he was 18. If he doesn't want to do it, he doesn't have to.
Right. Of
Okay?
course.
If Colin is over 18 and he wants to, and he's the primary, he needs to make sure that he gets this notarized with Glendora, go to the bank, get it notarized, and that he keeps it, and Glendora keeps it, okay? But if he's the primary, he's the primary, okay? You gotta cooperate among yourselves. Now,
Right.
if Colin happens to have a broken leg or decides to go off the couplet, then the second order would be. So that's good because it'll continue. So we'll go through the form a little bit. It says, I, Glendora, do hereby appoint, if one person is to be appointed, insert the name and address of your agent. And what I'm saying here, somebody's got to be able to contact that person. So make sure that whoever you name agrees to do it, and you put the name, the address, the phone number, the zip code, whatever. So that if anybody, because nobody knows who these people are. And then if you want an alternate, you can put the alternate's name down here, the same information, and however you want it. Each agent may act separately, or they have to act together. And if you want Madeline and, I forgot your name, it begins with M. Maxine, if you want them to agree on it, then you put together. You know, that gave you that, okay. And then it says, initial at the blank space at the left your choices of any one or more of the following lettered subdivisions as a way to which you want to give your agent authority. If the space is blank to the left of any particular lettered subdivision, it is or is not initialed, no authority will be granted. Okay? So you have A, B, C, D, you have real estate, chattel and goods. I don't know what chattel is. Bond, share, and commodity
Things that you
transactions,
own.
banking transactions, business operating transactions. Let me give you an example of the banking transaction, okay? At this stage of your life, if you don't drive, which I understand is the case, and you want your check cashed, you can say, Colin, go cash my check, bring me back 20s. He can go to the bank, say, I have this, and bring you back the 20s. It saves you a trip out. Just one little thing. I
So
mean,
you would take this with you for
well,
things like that?
what I would do,
Put it on
this is my
file.
advice, is if you, at some point in time that you have chosen your durable power attorney, and we're gonna assume that he drives, go to the bank with him and say, here's my durable power of attorney, I want it notarized, and I want you to know that Colin has my permission. This is Colin, take a picture of Colin, whatever you have to do, so that when Colin comes with my check, you let him cash it. Because you have to make it easy for these people, for this person, to do what you want. That would be my suggestion, but that's just me, okay? Let's see what else is here. Banking transactions, business operating transactions, insurance transactions, estate transactions. Now that means not after you die. That's not your executor cut, that kind of estate. It means if you have all kinds of property all over the place. Claims and litigations.
Well, I know something.
If you get sued by somebody, that person can act as your agent. Now that would necessarily potentially involve getting a lawyer or whatever, but they'll protect you. You want somebody that will protect you, take care of your interests. Personal relationships and affairs. If you're having an affair at your age, I don't want to know. Benefits for military service. Records reports. Making gifts to my spouse and children, or more remote descendants, okay. Tax matters. All other matters, full and unqualified authority to act as my attorney, in fact, to delegate any and all of the foregoing powers to any person to whom my attorney, in fact, shall select. Each of the above matters identified by the following letters. However you want to do it, but you can say, And you can work that out with your designee. Will you be my designee? Somebody may say, I'll be your designee, but I'm not collecting your rent. That's all fine. It's a contract between the two of you.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
And then you have special provisions. If every agent named above is unable or unwilling to serve, I appoint. Oh, the name and address of the successor to be my agent for all purposes hereafter. So I guess you can have one, I'm sorry, I guess that's where the alternate goes. Okay. Then, the last page is, you need to sign it, and you need to have it notarized, okay? So
Okay.
this last page you take to the bank, and the bank has a notary. So, what do you think? You want to do it? Well, let's see your other one. Can I see, you have one already?
Who?
You have a general durable power of attorney already?
Yes, Tracy.
Can I see the paper?
It's on the wall. You want Madeline?
Okay, all right,
You
so-
want Madeline to go get it?
No, okay, let's talk about that.
Didn't Glendora, didn't you bring this, it wasn't in that packet from the refrigerator?
Yeah,
No, I think what she meant was the one on the wall, and I didn't bring that. Did you want to go get it, Madeline?
No, that's okay.
we saw it yesterday.
Okay, but here's the thing.
Do you know that you're her durable power of attorney?
No.
Okay, so let's stop right there, okay? The problem there is, to my way of thinking, unless you have had a candid conversation with your durable power of attorney, you can write down what you want. But it's 1:15, okay? If Tracy hasn't agreed to do it, because maybe Tracy has 3 little kids to take care of, you know? Maybe Tracy doesn't like going to the bank, okay? There is no money in this, okay? Remember we talked about social and religious?
Yep.
There's no money in this. This is just legal foolishness, okay? So, you know, it's something that someone has to understand what it entails. Something that someone has to be willing to do, and willing to do sometimes, you know, on an urgent basis and for no pay. So, do you still, I mean, I don't know how you're going to do this, but you need to have that conversation, and it looks like with either Madeline or Tracy or Pat. That's what I'm seeing.
Yeah, that, you know, obviously the paperwork that Glendora has with your name on it, you did not sign anything,
No,
right?
and she doesn't have to sign
Right.
this. It's
So,
that she's not-
no, we understand the concept. I'm just saying, you know, it's definitely something you should discuss with whoever it is you choose, Glendora. I think that's all Nancy's saying, is it has to be agreed on both sides, that's all.
Do we agree, Tracy?
Well, I guess what I understood that you needed was for someone to take care of things after you had died. And
Thank you for that.
oh, absolutely, and I am still willing to do that. What I'm a little nervous about is the, you know, if you did fall down and your hip broke.
This is not medical, this is legal. This is just legal. This is
Well, what
taking-
is it you're nervous about?
Well, I don't know if I would have the time that it would take, that if you needed something right away, if I could get help for you
So
right away.
let me interrupt for a minute. Let me make a proposal here. We're not going to get to it, but if you want to name Tracy as the executor, she would be the person that made sure your body went to Albany Med, that, I'm sorry, I don't remember all the details. Whatever you put in your will, if you make her the executor, she would probably be able to do. A, because she's willing, and B, because with a settling an estate, which is what they call it after you die, you have like a year to do it. So, I mean, that might be a
Is that
reason.
the role you thought you were going to be playing?
Yes.
Okay.
And I think you should be willing to do that as well. I don't think you can just, you know, name an executor, but that would be something that I would propose as an alternative.
Okay, so that sounds like a conversation for Glendora and Tracy to have at another time.
Okay.
Right. Okay, good.
So,
Wait a second.
I didn't
No.
know if Austin was, what his role was. It kind of,
Well, Nancy
you know,
made a good
changed.
point about Austin, that he's so far away that, you know, for this kind of seems immediate stuff.
For durable power of attorney.
Right,
you
seems
need
more
somebody
immediate,
that's-
immediate, right.
Well, Tracy, did you want to talk to me about it at some time?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, now, let's get straight what we're talking about. My understanding is that Tracy has just said that she does not want to serve as your durable power of attorney. Okay? That
What?
My understanding of what Tracy just said is that she is not in a position in her life right now to be able to serve as your durable power of attorney.
What do you say, Tracy?
I would say that that is true, because first and foremost is your care would have to be my top priority, and it's difficult with 3 children, I have to admit, to take on something
And a job.
like
Okay,
that.
then
And a job.
who's going to be my durable power of attorney?
Well, it seems, what I would suggest for the criteria, I mean, and this is, I mean, you, as I see it, you got 3 choices. Because I can't do it, okay? I'm the wrong person, partially because I'm trying to be a facilitator, okay? And I promise you, Glendora, I will provide every support that can possibly be provided to whoever it is that you choose for your durable power of attorney and most specifically for your healthcare proxy. I will be there for that person, but I don't think it's ethical for me to be that person. Okay,
So
and
who's
also,
going to be my durable power of attorney?
I'm sorry?
Who is going to be my durable?
Glendora, there's nothing on this list that I could not do. I
Okay.
mean, I don't know there's nothing on this list that I don't think Pat couldn't do.
That's right.
There's nothing on this list that Maxine couldn't do.
Okay,
So
so
it's really
let's
up
do
to
it this
you.
way. Everybody who's willing to serve as Glendora's durable power of attorney, if she asks them, raise their hand.
Yeah, do
Okay,
that, please.
there's 2 people. You got 2
Right.
people. It's a crapshoot.
And me, because of health concerns,
No,
I'm
that's
sorry.
fine.
I have so many
That's
health
ex-
issues.
That's
I can't
exactly the conversation we need to have. And you
I-
don't need to apologize. It's fine.
fill in, you know,
It's
the
fine. And the
pieces.
thing is, remember, you can
Yeah,
support her spiritually.
And you know,
Right.
you
And
you have other choices too. If
Right.
Pat and I, you know, if you have someone else in mind, you choose them.
Well, how
Thank you,
about,
Pat. Thank you, Madeline. Now, Madeline is going to be the durable power of attorney, and Pat is going to be the alternate.
there we go. Are you all right with that?
I'm okay with that.
Are you all right with that?
Would you prefer to be
Well,
number 1?
one thing with me being number 1 is that we're gone. We take off for 3 weeks here. My daughter-in-law's
Yes, I have
gonna
no life. I hear you.
No, and
my daughter-in-law's gonna need me for the,
I understand.
for the summer, pretty
Okay.
much.
Okay.
So-
Okay.
Now
So I'll be
remember-
Captain
But
Picard.
I mean, if that's what Glendora wants, that
Okay.
seems to fit pretty
And
well.
what you might want to do, because you 2 are going to be working close together, is you might want to switch it on to medical.
Oh yeah, I'd much rather not be in charge of that.
What's
Okay.
that?
Well, we're gonna at another time talk about.
No, we're going to talk
medical
about it today.
privacy.
We're going to get that one
What
done.
time is it?
It's 20 after. I'm watching the clock. I go
I
home.
have to leave at 4:30, so,
It's
Well, I
4:25.
yeah.
Okay, well,
So, now, the alternate, what kind of a paper does the alternate fill
goes
out?
it's all in this
Same one.
paper.
Goes on the same
Okay.
one?
So what
Pat?
we're going to do, and I'm going to leave this to you, and I'm going to have you fill this out. Okay? You and I are going to have to do some work on insurance. That's
yeah,
a legal
yeah,
thing, okay?
right.
So you make this out, get Glendora to the bank, get it notarized, get me a copy,
Okay.
and then we'll start working on the Medicare.
All
And you
right.
can go if you want. No, I'm sorry, but I'm saying that's, as long as you are willing to do it. Now, remember, you can have her sign it, or take her to the bank and sign it. Excuse me, I don't mean to speak of you in the third person. Take Glendora to the bank, because it has to be notarized.
Right.
Okay, you have a form, she has a form, we all have a form. Go to the bank, sit down, take your time before 3 o'clock, you gotta go anyway, because you gotta have something else notarized. Get it notarized, get it filled out, and then call me.
All right,
Well, she
Okay.
knows my banker.
yeah.
Who is your banker, just out of curiosity?
My banker is Tracy Pratt at the Kinderhook National
Okay,
Bank.
I apologize, because I called over here because it was the closest bank. But also make sure when you fill this out, that the banker knows that you're the durable
Yes,
power of attorney,
okay.
and carry this with you at all
Does-
times.
We'll give them a copy.
Does dear Pat have to be notarized too?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
So that I
No,
sign the
Pat knows
document.
my banker too.
Yeah, you just
Tracy
have to
Pratt.
sign the document and say, just make sure that, I mean.
That's my
be-
other Tracy.
Because we are this circle of friends, as long as everybody knows what their job is gonna be. But I'm gonna ask that you call me. You have my card?
Yeah.
Did you see my wonderful card? Is it my card?
No,
It's great to have a card.
No,
No, I said,
I have a card, it has a cat on it.
No, and I just said because of what we're doing, we need to it's the hotline.
Okay, thank you, Nancy.
Okay, call me at that number, we'll do it.
All right.
Can you beat the deer?
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, now,
Yeah.
the deal here is,
no problem.
okay, you legal lady, because you're the legal person now. I understood Glendora very clearly to say that she wanted me to pursue health insurance. Okay, you are going to need to get, and you will be probably the only person you need to
What'd you
get
say?
Just talk about your health insurance.
your health insurance. Getting you to Dr. Pest, getting you to the church on time. You will need to have access to her social security number and her 1099s. And we only have until the 31st of March
Right,
to do this.
right.
So get it done as quickly as you can.
Okay.
Get in touch with me, we'll go from there.
All right.
Okay, everybody okay on that?
Yep.
Okay,
Okay.
we'll get it done, Glendora. We're gonna take good care of it. Okay, that's number one.
Okay on that?
Yep.
You can go now. No.
Now she's
sorry.
throwing me out.
No, I'm not throwing you.
I
Okay,
got 10
now.
minutes, I'm not going in.
Okay, no, we're fine, okay. So, that's now, on that particular document, the who is on the front, and the what are all those categories,
Right.
okay?
I got it.
Now we're gonna talk about health. This again is an official New York State form, because oh dear, yeah, okay. An official New York State form, because you told me to bring forms. Okay. This is your health who. Sorry.
Sure.
Oh,
yeah,
God,
healthcare
please can I
proxy.
go home? I am so scared. Okay, this is the health who.
You are doing brilliantly.
Well-
I know.
Okay, this is the health who. Okay, now,
You have this, I think.
but it's
I
not
think she
right.
does.
It's not right.
It's
Okay.
not right?
No,
Oh,
it's okay. We're gonna do all new ones.
Yes,
Okay, the health who. Now,
This isn't right, what you handed?
No,
no,
what
the
Glendora
rest of
has,
it,
is
okay.
it right?
Now, I want, the other thing about the health who that we need to understand is if you are the healthcare proxy, you carry it with you at all times. As you can see, I have been carrying this. Okay, this belongs to my son,
You mean if
Carry
you
it
are
with
the
you.
owner or the designee?
with the designee.
Okay.
Okay, only because, and I want to tell you how much it breaks my heart that there will ever be a possibility that I have to use this.
I see.
But my son has designated me to make those life and death
Right,
decisions.
right.
Okay, so I just want you to understand that I'm not, and
So
it's
you
the
carry
same
that
paper,
around.
it's the same exact
Yep,
paper.
okay.
Okay, so,
What?
again,
It's
I can
it's
say
her
too
paperwork
that
for her and
we
her
have
son.
done this with our
And
sons.
carry it.
Yeah.
They have this all set up for us.
we have to do this. We have to do this. We have to do it now because we are of sound mind and body.
Right.
Okay, and we have no idea what's gonna happen. The nicest thing that could happen is that Glendora could fall asleep and you could walk in because she's coming to dinner and find out that she's gone. And we'll have it worked out what is to happen and you can burn this in the fireplace. You never wanna have to take this out, but we're talking about the what ifs in life.
Right.
Okay, so, healthcare proxy is basically the same thing, okay? I, Michael A. Clement, hereby appoint. Now, we're not anointing someone, we're appointing someone. And I think what we just said is that your legal who is gonna be, Madeline, sorry, I'm getting
It's
nervous.
okay.
I'm really
It's all right.
nervous.
Don't be nervous.
And you're, I'm scared, it's awful. It's
Don't
a
be.
horrible conversation to have. If you could smell my armpits, you'd get it.
If I could smell your armpits, I'd need a health proxy, is that what you're saying?
You'd
You
die.
are doing so great.
Okay.
Oh my God.
My understanding is you want Pat to be your medical proxy. Is that correct?
Pat to be what?
Your medical proxy.
Who does she have now?
Doesn't matter.
No, it does actually. Who does she have on her proxy?
We don't know.
Who do you have on the proxy at home,
We don't know.
Glendora?
It's okay.
I have the last, I brought the papers that we just signed at your
I
apartment.
think it's Tracy. Tracy Clegg.
But Tracy's out of it.
I think it's Tracy Clegg.
Okay. I'm sorry. It is my feeling that if there is a medical issue, it's going to require that you be there even quicker than if there's a legal issue. So I'm going to assume, if I am, and please tell me if I'm incorrect, that if you are unable or unwilling to serve as her power of attorney, you're probably not going to want to be able to do this one.
What does Tracy
Today.
say? What does Tracy say?
Or Tracy?
I'm sorry.
I feel, at the moment, with a nursing baby who requires 24/7 attention. I don't think I could be
Okay,
there in a.
so can Madeline be the name?
Well, it is okay, but I think we talked about it, and my understanding is since you had 2 volunteers for the original job, that maybe what you might want to do is let Madeline take care of your money, and let Pat take care of the rest of you. And then let Pat be the alternative over here, and Madeline be the alternate over here, then they'd have to speak to each other, and, is that okay?
That
Stuck
works
with
for
me,
me
Pat.
if it works for you, Glendora.
What'd you say,
I
Pat?
said that works for me if it works for you.
It works for you if it works for Madeline?
If it works for
She and I-
you,
if it works
it's good
for
for
you.
Pat.
Okay.
She's willing to do that.
Then
Thank
they
you,
can-
Pat.
That's wonderful.
And then what you have.
Then what do you say?
Oh, I'm fine with that. That's absolutely
Then
fine.
what you have is this wonderful network. You have 2 primary people to take care of your medical and your legal issues.
Is that okay with you, Max?
Oh, absolutely.
Maxine's fighting her
Absolutely.
own battles right now.
Right.
But remember, you can still be wonderful social support.
Oh,
Wonderful spiritual support.
This is, I'm doing
always
the
has
best for
been.
her.
Right.
I don't want to not be able to fulfill my duties.
Exactly, and remember, this can change.
That's how I.
Right.
If
Yeah,
Pat,
that's
if Pat
fine.
leaves Richard and joins a commune in California, she's off.
I just, exactly.
I'm going with you in case that happens.
Have
just
too
so you
many
know.
health issues
And that's
to.
fine.
We'll just take Glendora with us.
It's not something.
To engage in lightly.
No, and we have to have this discussion, and thank you all for changing
Right.
it to this day where we could all be together, because
Right.
once it's
So
done,
let's again, you think Pat should be what?
The healthcare
I think Pat
proxy.
should be your healthcare proxy.
And then you think Madeline should be the alternate?
Right, and then they work
Right.
together, you speak
Right.
to each other, right?
And then what was the other thing?
And then I'm going to be in charge of not in charge, but I'm going to be your durable general power
Durable
of
power of attorney.
Okay,
Durable
Madeline
power of attorney.
Durable, and then Pat
the
alternate?
alternate, yes.
Is that okay,
So
Pat?
yes. She-
What, dear?
And I will be the primary
Right.
in the health proxy,
Right.
and
You got that.
Madeline will be the alternate.
And I say to both of you, I will do anything and
Pat,
everything. I'm sorry.
Pat, you're the primary on what, dear?
Healthcare proxy.
Uh-huh.
So I would see that if you became in a coma or something, that your wishes, I would have this and advocate for you so that your wishes were
Right.
carried out.
That
Okay.
sounds good.
And I'm
Okay.
taking notes here and filing it with your other papers, so I'll have this
And
in hand just in
the way
case.
these documents
Yeah.
work is the most recent one takes precedent over the other one.
Right.
That's why we don't have to worry about what the other ones are. Okay, I mean, that's what I'm saying, okay.
Well, the ones that we signed before don't have some of this, so
And they're not notarized something.
it has to be, it has
Now,
to
as
be
it-
integrated though.
Well,
So-
Pat
They
knows,
have to be discarded,
Pat also knows my banker,
okay?
right?
Right.
I do.
Tracy
yes.
Pratt.
Now, as far as the healthcare proxy, okay, this one does not need to be notarized, but it does need to be witnessed.
Okay.
So depending on how you feel, you can stay and we can do it today.
I just want to say one thing before we do anything like that. Glendora and I have had discussion about health stuff before, and Glendora feels strongly about Austin being part of that also, yes?
Of course.
Okay. I just wanted to assure, oh, your hands are freezing. I just want to assure you that even though I go to the doctor at the drop of a hat, she told me that once, that, I respect your wishes about that, so.
Well,
So you're comfortable.
we're gonna get to
Okay,
that.
thank you,
alternate.
Because
Madeline.
this is just the whole of the health.
I know that. She had some concerns about whether I would be able to live with the kind of decisions she's made. So I just wanted her to
That's no
know,
problem.
as the alternate, that I am okay with that.
Okay, so as far as the healthcare proxy is concerned, if you wanna fill it out, you can fill it out now, we can make it official.
I don't, does it have to be done right now? Are you
We need-
feeling an urgency,
We
Glendora?
need to get it done.
Yeah, I understand
Well,
that.
Nancy, you wanted to have all these forms made out by Monday.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
because now is the time to do it, so, if,
Okay, it can always be changed if things change.
absolutely,
That's
but
right.
can you make
Okay.
it out now? And then we'll- And then.
I'll
we
make
can-
one out.
And see,
So
that's
what
why.
are you making out the healthcare?
Yes.
Okay.
Because that one does not require notarization, it's not legal,
So
it's
you
medical.
and, for instance, Madeline can fill it out and then you and Tracy could be the witnesses? Is that-
Exactly, that's why I had asked that it be
PAT.
Well, we can
Or
always go down.
Maxine to be a witness?
PAT. Pat, just
Yeah,
wait a minute.
I'm.
How do you spell your last name, Pat?
Oh, SAR, SAHR.
And your address?
98 Cold Water, one word, Tavern Road. And
And
it's East Nassau.
East Nassau, New York, 12062.
Okay, now we're gonna talk about, while Madeline's filling it out, I'm gonna pass out some more papers, which is the what of the health. This is what you want. It's a lot of this
Phone number,
stuff.
Pat?
Okay. I'm gonna give one to Tracy.
518-766-3419.
3419?
One to Maxine. Sorry. I'm not nervous. One to Maxine.
You're doing just great.
One to Glendora.
Hi, Ewan.
That's the what. I'm taking up drinking.
We won't say what. You don't have to say what.
I'm a mess.
Do you want another seat? since
No,
that's
I'm
your
probably better
office?
pacing, you know.
Okay.
I thought, who the hell do you think you, excuse me, who do you think you are
Where is
standing up?
Daisy Cat, honey?
I don't know. She's kind of
sleepless. I
been
don't know.
hiding all day.
Okay.
She's
So
fine, huh?
let's talk a
She's
little bit
fine,
about the New York Living Will. Again, this is an official document made available on the New York State the Health Department website. Okay, and this is the what of your health care. Okay. And it says, and again, it needs to be witnessed. We can do it today if you want. Okay. It said, I, being of sound mind, make this statement as a directive to be followed if I become permanently unable to participate in decisions regarding my medical care. These instructions reflect my firm and settled commitment to decline medical treatment under the circumstances indicated below. I direct my attending physician, we got to get one of them, to withhold or withdraw treatment that merely prolongs my dying. If I should be in an incurable or irreversible mental or physical condition with no reasonable expectation of recovery, including but not limited to A, a terminal condition, B, a permanently unconscious condition, or C, a minimally conscious condition in which I am permanently unable to make decisions or express my wishes. I direct that my treatment be limited to measures to keep me comfortable and to relieve pain, including any pain that might occur by withholding or withdrawing treatment. While I understand that I am not legally required to be specific about future treatments, if I am in the conditions described above, I feel especially strongly about the following forms of treatment. And then you have a choice. I do not want cardiac resuscitation. Cardiac resuscitation is
I don't want any of them, huh?
Okay, no, I'm reading it though. Those are the paddles. That's the defibrillator. I do not want mechanical respiration. Okay, that's a combination of two things. They crack your chest, they push on your chest and they blow air into you. Okay, that's mechanical respiration, the breathing thing. I do not want artificial nutrition or hydration. That means they hook you up to an IV and they put saline in your arm, and there's also something called parenteral nutrition where they put a tube down your throat to feed you. I do not want antibiotics. Now these are your choices. You can you assert whatever you want, but these are some of the options that they give you.
Do you circle them? What do you do? Check them?
I'm not quite sure. We'll get through it.
Okay.
I mean, what I would do is I would initial each thing
I
that
see.
I want. That's
Okay.
how I would do it. Okay. However, I do want maximum pain relief, even if it may hasten my death, which means they give you morphine to keep you from being in pain.
Right.
Okay? Other directions. Now remember, this is the process of dying. This is not after death. This is the process of dying. All of this remains in place and effective until you are pronounced dead, until I am pronounced dead, until Tracy is pronounced dead. Okay? After you're dead, it becomes a question of your executor. These directions express my legal right to refuse treatment under the law of New York. I intend my instructions to be carried out unless I have rescinded them in a new writing or by clearly indicating that I have changed my mind. You sign it, you date it, and you put your address. I declare that the person who signed this document appeared to execute the living will willingly and free from duress. He or she signed or asked another to sign for him this document in my presence, and you have 2 witnesses. Now here, remember, this is what we call the what.
Living will?
Yeah, the what. You have a medical,
Health proxy.
the proxy is, Pat is your proxy. The proxy is a piece of paper, Pat is your proxy. This, you do not have to have anybody involved in. You just sign this, and your loving circle.
Okay, who signs that one?
You sign it,
You do.
we witness it.
Glennie signs it?
Lenny signs it, because
Okay.
it's what you want.
Do you want it notarized?
It doesn't have to be notarized. We will witness it.
What?
We will witness it. Anybody can witness it.
Okay, so, do you wanna do this one right now too?
I think we should.
Okay, I
If
already
she's-
filled it out
if
for
she's
her.
cer- Okay, now we got one more thing.
What time is it? Oh, I gotta go.
Close. I promise, it's real quick, because we can't do
Okay.
it. This is something called the DNR.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, this particular one has to do with a death, I believe a death at home. Now, the DNR that you have is probably not valid because you put the person's name, their date of birth. It has to be signed by a physician. The physician has to print his name and give the license number. It can't just be signed by...
Well, he did all that, dear.
No,
Why do you say?
there's no name written there and there's no license number.
Wait just a second.
That's okay, that's all right, it's not on there.
Find it,
This is
find
what
it.
I had.
Right.
This is just filled
Oh,
out.
wait a minute, this is a new one. Okay, this is not the one we had before.
She doesn't have the,
It's right here.
right, I,
Okay,
well, she does
that's
have
not
it.
the one that you showed me yesterday.
Okay, all right,
right,
so
so
she
that's-
does have
I
that
have
one.
the most
Yay.
Okay,
recent one.
however.
Okay, so that one's done, huh?
No,
Why?
because I feel this very strongly, you need a physician of record. I am sure,
It doesn't say that.
no, but remember, we're gonna do this right. Because she is the person that they will call and she will pronounce you. But that's okay, but here's where we're going. So, you've got something that happens right now. Make sure that one's up. You wanna get rid of, whoever's doing the medical stuff, get rid of all that stuff that's not valid.
Okay,
Put that,
We'll
because
take
that's
a
not the one
look.
that was up yesterday. Put it under-
we'll take a look, we'll take a look.
That
Okay.
has to be integrated so
It has
that
to be.
Glendora knows that.
She's talking about the
What's
one
in
that she
there?
has that does not have a doctor's signature.
It does
We
have a
will-
doctor's signature, it doesn't have a printed name, and it
Oh,
doesn't have his
okay.
license.
Right, but this is the pile of papers that we just signed and
That's okay.
they're
They're
Yeah,
not any
but-
good anymore.
excuse me. I want Glendora to be aware of some loopholes that exist between this document that I just signed at her
Right,
place that may include, for example, Austin as a primary, right, that does not carry through with these other
Okay,
papers.
we'll definitely
I'm just
go through
saying
it all.
that needs to
Yeah.
be
We
integrated, that's
will.
all I'm
We'll go
saying,
through
so
it
she
all.
knows.
The
Yeah.
problem,
Right.
and.
you don't wanna
again,
have,
No,
Nancy
we're
trying to
not gonna
say,
do that all now,
Yeah.
but I'm
No,
just
no, no,
saying it has to
but
be
here's the
done.
thing what I'm saying, the thing that I'm not sure I'm communicating accurately or efficiently, is that the paperwork that I saw yesterday is not sufficient to do for Glendora what Glendora wants
Right.
done.
I'm not sure if you saw the most recent one though, because just as this was different from what you had.
Okay, but I did see the one that appointed Tracy
right,
to a position that she was unwilling.
Right.
Right.
So the way that works in law is the most recent document
Right,
is the
exactly.
document. Okay, Austin is not a part of it anymore. He's not a part of Glendora's dying.
Right,
Okay, we haven't talked about the will.
exactly.
At such time, Glendora's gonna have to go through and do a new will. She's gonna name Tracy as executor, and she's gonna say to Tracy, I want you to make sure that my body goes to Albany Med. I want you to make sure that Maxine is notified. I want you to make sure that, all those things that are on there. But that doesn't belong in the
I understand.
the pre-death
Right.
kind of things.
This is the pre-death stuff.
Right, and that's fine. So what we don't want is when there's a crisis, we don't want a whole bunch of papers.
right.
I understand completely, that's why I'm saying it. But
We-
each
we
one
will,
should not be
Maxine.
just dismissed without considering, is there factual or personal information that needs to be carried through on the final document. That's
Well,
all I'm saying.
What we'll do is we'll
Right.
look
That's
through
all.
all the paperwork, put it
Exactly.
together, we'll see what's appropriate, and we'll have a one pile that
Exactly.
is appropriately what we
That's
need.
all.
And make sure
We'll take
you
care of
have
that.
copies
We'll
of
do that
everything.
tomorrow.
Make sure
Yes.
you have copies of
Yes.
everything, that you have copies of everything, that you have copies of
Right.
everything. Okay, because
Right.
you are the affected people. You get one if you want one.
I understand what you're saying, Nancy. You don't want there to be any confusion when the time comes.
Absolutely, I don't want
and
it
we have two
either.
sets of the same thing.
Right,
You know?
and I want
Only they're
Something I
different.
am to sign.
Glendora satisfied that all
well,
the points are taken.
Are we gonna sign the living will?
let's do-
or-
No, just Glendora signs that.
Okay. Doesn't
No,
need witnesses.
no, yes, it does.
It
needs
does,
witnesses.
yes.
The
It needs
living will.
witnesses, yes, sure.
Okay, so what you, let's do the other one first, though. I know you gotta go. Okay, this is the healthcare proxy.
I didn't fill out the durable because there's so much information that.
That one you're gonna take care of.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
But the healthcare proxy we're
Okay.
gonna do now.
All right.
Okay.
Let me see how far I
Okay,
got on that.
that's the one we wanna do now, because that one.
Yeah, yeah, there's a section on here, I hereby make an anatomical, thank you.
Anatomical.
Do you
Yeah.
wanna donate your body to science?
She is, that's already been taken care of,
But it needs to go in here as well.
okay. But that's what I'm saying, I don't want this to be confused.
It won't be.
Well, what I'm saying is, I don't want this to be confused, because she has some very specific people involved in that thing.
No,
and
it'll only
they've-
be the executive.
You mean the executor will contact certain people
That-
that
those
she
things-
wants contacted?
Okay.
It will be something you will know as she comes close to the end of her life what her wishes are.
Right.
Okay, but once you die, everything becomes part of your estate. So,
Including your body.
including your body.
Okay,
So
so
if-
she has the paperwork already where she wants it to go and what doctor is handling it and who's to be called, so Tracy would handle that. Okay, so then I'm just gonna put,
And you, that's where you would have to cooperate.
Tracy will handle it?
I'm not,
Yes,
no,
yes.
yeah, because she's gonna be your executor.
Who?
Because what happens,
Who's
let
going
me,
to be my executive?
Tracy, we talked about that.
Tracy Clegg?
Yes. Because what happened is, she said she would take care of what needed to be done from the moment that you died. Here's the deal about organ donation. I don't know whether you guys know this or not, but I have a 28-year-old son who has had 17 years of a kidney transplant.
Wow.
I know this very well, okay? What happens is you say, this is what I want done. I want to be an organ donor. But when you die, it's not yours anymore. Somebody has to sign the paper. So if you want to be an organ donor, you make sure that those people that are going to be around when you're gone know that that's what you want, because they will sign the papers.
So
Okay.
who's they, like?
With me, it's my children.
Oh, no.
For you, it was my children.
Nancy, is that your car on the street?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you better move it because I think the state police are
Yeah,
here.
why don't you, there's room in the driveway here. Yeah, I was wondering, because the buses were going around it. I didn't know if, yeah. The buses were going around it.
Is he giving her a ticket?
Why didn't you pull in here? I mean, you have plenty
It'll
of
be
room.
fine, it'll be
I
fine.
didn't realize that she.
Not
You know what, I don't
necessarily.
think we should be signing anything today. I think we need to talk about this and decompress a
I
little and
think
run it
it's
past
too-
Glendora.
It's too much to have to rush through, and I think these things should be integrated and thought over before signatures are
Absolutely,
attached.
absolutely. I agree,
Yeah.
I agree
Yeah,
also.
I-
There's
there's-
things on here that I wanna look at who is in charge of taking possession of her body.
Exactly.
I want that to be reflected on here, so it's not confusing to you.
Absolutely.
And there's not two copies of the same thing.
Absolutely.
And Tracy, are you okay with being the executor? Is that something you are okay with?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
and you're
Nancy has said she would help me
Okay,
through
alrighty.
it. and
What'd you say, Tracy?
Nancy said that she would help me. through
Nancy?
it. Nancy, yeah. So,
Oh, Nancy's car's out on the street?
yes. I didn't realize that until.
Is it illegal to park on the street?
Well, that's a bad spot. I mean, that's a bad spot, and I wouldn't park on the street over there.
No.
No.
All
I
right.
didn't realize that was
She
her
didn't-
car.
She didn't.
All right, I'm gonna go because I have to feed the deer before it gets dark, so.
Okay, I'll get,
We'll just put that in your hand.
Yes.
All right.
And you all can just wait
Yeah.
about signing all this tonight.
cars and stuff.
Yeah, because I'm gonna need
Thanks,
to.
hon. What was that fell on the floor?
LG's phone? Who's an
Oh,
LG phone?
Bunny's phone. Thank you very
Right.
much.
Yeah, and I just wanted to show you that this doctor I just wanted to show you this. That's what, I was over there, I
Yeah,
forgot which
yeah.
day.
Here is the
So
second
we're
one.
gonna go, okay, all right.
All right, good. Glendora, I will see you later, okay?
Madeline, thank you, I'll call you in the morning.
You bet. Is all the stuff on the counter? What you want to go?
Yes,
You know,
it is.
I know where everything else is, okay.
Thank
All
you,
the stuff
Madeline,
for
for
the-
doing that. And I'll see you at
Dinner is in
the,
my car.
I'll see you at the vet.
Yes, you will, and you're okay
We
with,
picked up all the stuff. for
okay,
the
so I'm
dinner.
just gonna go.
Individual's agent can authorize access to that information. Glendora can say, I want so-and-so to have this, as long as she's
So
comfortable.
if there's some concern about her treatment and, you know, there are questions, then Glendora could say, okay, she could sign off and say, okay, if it isn't covered by this, I give permission.
And we can discuss that with Dr. Pescara when we go.
But I don't know what the resistance is. Every time I walked into a doctor for the first time, I had to sign a HIPAA.
Sure.
Right. And up until very recently, no one had access because I'm not getting any younger, and because I have more health issues, I wanted an agent whom I designated to have access to all my information. So I had to make that change, and I got a copy.
Sure.
That's all I'm saying should happen here.
It will.
But you have to, every time, they don't do it every time you walk into the doctor's office. Whomever is on that list will have access.
That's
Whomever is not on that list
that's
will
Pat.
not have access.
That's why it's so
Right.
important to have a healthcare proxy, because the Pat, as Glendora's proxy, will make sure.
And you say you say that paper is the same as the HIPAA.
No, I didn't. Please don't
And-
speak for me.
All right, I can't get there from here. And
Okay,
I
that's
don't
fine.
know, I don't
Good
know
luck.
what other words to say it, but I think this is really important. And
Who should have access to Glendora's records?
it's
Who?
not, there's 2 points that I'm trying to make.
No, you didn't answer my
Someone
question.
should, well, wait a minute. I can't answer it the way you want me to.
Okay.
It is necessary to sign a HIPAA if you see any medical personnel.
Well, we'll see when we get there.
Right.
Yeah, we'll see.
And 2, that needs to include someone on that paper who's going to have access to the records, not to the decisions that the doctor makes.
That's Pat.
Right. But she.
I mean, isn't she the reasonable person to have access to the records?
Yes, I'm not saying I'm not saying Pat isn't. I'm saying this discussion started because whenever I brought up the HIPAA papers, you said it wasn't necessary
Please don't
because she
speak for
already
me.
has. Pardon?
Please don't speak for me.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to paraphrase what
And you're doing it incorrectly.
you said.
You're doing it incorrectly.
Okay.
It's okay. It's
So
fine. I'm absolutely certain that Pat, in her designation as durable power or as healthcare proxy for Glendora, will make sure that records are available when they are needed. I have no question in my mind that will be taken care of. Whatever Pat has to do it, I'm sure she will do.
fine. Okay.
Thank you, Maxine.
Okay, you're welcome.
We're fine. I mean, I understand that you have HIPAA issues, and I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I'm not saying I have HIPAA issues. I'm saying anyone who deals with the system can have HIPAA issues if the form is not filled out as they choose it to be. That's all I'm saying.
Here, let me take this out for you, Maxine.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
What time
We
is
gotta
dinner?
get going,
We
Glendora,
gotta
so
go
we
to dinner.
can get there.
And I borrowed it, I'm sorry, and I borrowed
thank you.
a pen from you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, my dear.
Okay, you're welcome.
Have a good dinner.
And don't
Hey,
forget
Glendora, you forgot your camera.
Yeah, your camera's right here, honey.
Do you have to open the church, or will that be?
No, that's all done by my dear friends, the Holdens.
Okay, then everything will be fine.
And what did you think of the convocation?
The convocation. I thought Nancy presented the information really well,
I did too.
and I hope you feel comfortable with the way it works out. I think
I'm comfortable doing my part. If you're
Thank you.
and I'm sure Madeline, I think it works out well. We just have to, get it signed, do that part, the signing and the witnessing. And
Yes, and then can we go on living and
then-
stop dying?
and we can stop talking about dying. When we did this with Richard and I have a living will. We have all that in place. And our son, we did it once our son was like, I guess he was in college. I don't remember exactly. But he really didn't want to deal with it. He just didn't. I don't want to talk about this.
Yes.
And so we said, well, then we've got to find somebody else because we would like you to do it. We feel very strongly that it needs to be in place. But if you can't do it, you can't do it. So actually, our younger son felt more comfortable doing it. So I'm not sure now how it's written up. One or both of them is involved, I guess. We have to look at that. It's been quite a while. It's been probably 15 years, 15 years. 15 years probably since we did that.
So Aaron never did come around now.
No, I think he did. It just was, when kids are young like that, they don't want to talk about. They just don't want to think about that.
No, they don't.
It seems too remote, and they particularly don't want to think about their parents dying. So.
A little what?
Cinnamon.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot the cinnamon. I'm almost positive. But it has other spices in it. Hope it didn't get overcooked. Whatever.
Oh, does that smell good? Oh, that's just what I'm looking for. Mmm. Oh, I think that's the greatest recipe.
And you smell cauliflower.
Oh, good.
Cauliflower is kind of a strong smell.
Yeah, they all do. Brussels
They
sprouts
all
and
do, yes.
cabbage.
My mother can't stand the smell of those vegetables. She'll eat them raw, but she doesn't like the smell of cooked cabbage, cooked broccoli, or cooked cauliflower. She just can't handle it.
What do you do? Go down the hill in second?
Well, I'm in, I think, third.
Sure.
And hopefully this won't be real slick tomorrow, but it might be. Cliff scraped it a little bit. It's going to turn very cold this weekend.
You going the back way?
Yeah, I'm going back. I'm going to 20 and up that way. Up 66. I'm not going that way. The roads are too... So you said Sandy's going to,
And you know what, the $50 you gave us? That's going toward the signs to help find that dog, so it all paid off.
Oh, what good, good, yeah.
It was amazing.
Good use of the money.
Well, because we had to pay to have them laminated
So
and
it's great
made up.
because it's cheap, like, you don't get a bag or anything, but what the heck? Right,
No
so that's
peanuts?
one over there.
Who cares? You're on the plane for 2 hours.
Right, and if you, my suspicion is it's not as sweet as it normally is, but normally I just take a corner out and make it for myself, and we use the rest for the Alfredo sauce.
Right.
And I've never made an actual serving. This is supposedly to feed 2 people, and it's come to these 2 bowls. So I don't know who would eat a half a package of tofu themselves in a mousse.
That is a
I would
lot.
think that's at least 4 people.
Yeah.
But needless to say, it was just for everybody to get a taste. I didn't make a full serving for everyone. So there's
Yeah, it
enough
looks
people to
delicious.
taste in that. Yeah, it's like I said, Gary will like it because I don't think it's as sweet as I normally make it.
Madeline, what about the meatloaf, honey? Where's that? It's in
I think
the white plastic bag.
She's just
it must be
checking
right
them out.
there. No, it's Madeline.
Oh, 1 second.
Oh, I'm sorry.
that's okay.
That's it right there.
I always get worried when Madeline's phone goes because, she's like the rescue girl, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Wow, we've got a lot of food here.
that's good.
So is this something that would require, kind of bowls would be better, I think?
Yeah.
Well,
So we have bowls and
And if that's meatloaf, then maybe you need plates. I
I
don't know.
need plates too. Our
Mm.
meatloaf, you can have their plates.
Okay.
They're our plates.
You want me to put it back on top of the lid?
Does it need to be heated or anything?
No, I
And
don't
what
think
is
so.
this?
What's this, Glendora?
What is it, honey?
Mashed potato?
Oh, come over here with it, honey. Oh, yeah, real mashed potato.
Mm-hmm.
And what would that be then? Real peas?
Peas.
Yay. All right. So what do you say, Glendora?
I say good, what do you say?
I think
Do we want to warm that up, the mashed potato and the peas? Shall we warm it up?
Sure, whatever you say. This is a lovely room.
Do you like it?
Yeah, I
Well,
love
when you called, we were all excited because look at this.
Because what?
Look at this.
Well, more importantly, look at
They
this.
found the
They
dog.
did.
That's the one.
Oh,
Isn't
It's
that
easier to see that.
wonderful?
where'd you
it. Pat, how
find?
was
She
cheap?
was in Vermont.
Me.
Oh, right on the
Okay.
border.
The dog was in Vermont?
Now, what were you
Well,
saying to me,
Glendora
Glendora? I'm so
donated
sorry.
$50.
Joyce had called,
They
she
need
didn't know
more
where we were.
posters. And somebody
What were you saying
saw
to me before
the
I
dog
left?
and said, we think you have your dog. And somebody
Meatloaf?
or other
Oh,
said a
what
trap
about the
with
meatloaf?
food. And
It's
it's there
there.
an hour
Is
later.
it here,
and
the
I-
meatloaf?
And that's the.
It's
That-
that,
Oh,
yes,
oh,
it's
yes.
there, it's
Pat,
there.
Pat got
They
it.
were
You
asking
can
you
see
what the
she's a little bit
little
scared and-
containers were.
Well, we don't know
And
if
I
this is
don't
a
know.
real
I think it's
dog
mashed
or a
potato,
picture.
isn't it?
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
I guess
Oh,
so.
well, that
I don't
would-
know.
Yeah.
I think that's what you
Awesome.
told her to.
Wow.
To make.
Hi,
After 8
Glendora.
days.
Hi, Joyce.
Hour
Trolley
run.
line.
Huh?
8 days on the run.
That,
That's after
Wow.
most.
Isn't that a fantastic
that
bit
makes
of
my
news?
day
Me
complete.
too, me too.
Complete. I
That
thought
poor
they were
girl.
meeting upstairs and that's where I was
Well,
waiting.
you know what, it's Ash Wednesday, so they're having a service at 7 o'clock, so people might be up there getting ready, and they welcomed
So you
us
want
to
me
go
to
up
make you
there.
a plate?
As I said, it's only from
You want me to
6
go
to
ahead and make you a
7. They
plate?
said, so
Yes,
it's over.
Okay. You want a
No,
little
no,
of
no, I have to
everything?
go to the service. I said, okay, thanks for inviting
They're
us.
gonna have any music? I don't know.
Probably, that's why we're in here. Gary thinks the choir might need their robes and stuff, which is
Oh.
right in that closet, so.
Can you do that childproof plug for me?
I would
So
love to.
where should I put all that?
Right here on the table. Oh, Glenn, that was quite a meeting, huh?
There you go.
I was very pleased with it, were you?
Yes, yes, I think a lot got accomplished.
And thank you for your contribution.
You're welcome.
What was that?
I'll put it
We're
on there so
doing
you don't
her
lose it.
Thank you, Debbie, her power of attorney, stuff like that.
Oh, the two of you mean, it wasn't
Well, no, it
me,
was,
you mean.
no, it
Oh.
was a couple of people. Pat and the woman helping Nancy Snyder,
Clement.
Clemens. What do
Oh, I
know
know
Nancy.
Nancy.
No, Nancy,
Oh,
yeah.
sure.
Yeah. 2%. Terrible battery on that phone.
So are you starting or
Yeah, I guess so.
praying or what are we doing?
Well, I was just
Well, I
getting a
think
plate ready
we're
for
praying.
Get the food while we're up
Start.
and pray when we're down.
Yeah.
Rather than get down to pray and get up to get the food.
Now, I bought a spoon for my dirty rice, and it is vegetarian, because it
All right.
has crumbles in it. Sorry.
But who's the other cow that helps? You said another name.
Tracy, what kind of crumbles are
No.
they?
Madeline?
Morning stuff.
Who's
So,
Look at that.
I got these, there's the other one there. Gary got me these slippers from Land's End, and he got a $10 coupon to go with it. Now, you can find something in Land's End for $10.
Yeah,
You're
right.
lucky. So there was some 4 spoons on one end, forks on the other for $6.95. And anyway, I found these 2 squishy bowls. They were $17.99 on sale for 12, on sale for $9.99. The guy says, he takes my
What
piece
is
of
it?
paper. I'll tell you in a second, and he says, you know, you'll lose a
So you
penny.
get to take
I
home
said, I
whatever
think I
doesn't
can
get
handle
eaten.
that. $18 for nothing.
What a nice
Anyway, so what
place.
happens is
So you
you
got-
got
I
it,
don't know,
this
stick
is
it
the
in your
Brianna.
pack.
This is
You
the,
won't
this is
hand
the
it.
Brianna,
And then-
this is the
Oh, that's
dirty
right.
Got
rice.
yourself a bowl.
I
Very
think it's made with
And so
rice
I
and,
put my little, you know,
Who made
I
that?
like it.
I think Madeline,
Who's the
and
one
there's a
you
meatloaf, and there is some,
And this is Richard's salad?
yeah, there's Richard salad,
That's Richard's salad. Oh,
and
this
there's
is
some
lovely.
salad dressing if you'd like.
Yeah.
Give her some of Gary's,
Yes.
What did I do?
the one in the,
Just
Pick
put in the
your
big crock pot.
name,
Oops,
telling
nope,
me.
I missed that one.
It's not Nancy
Oops, I'll
Clement.
make room.
Pat checks in on her.
Okay, I gotta give you a
Maxine
little
checks
more.
in on her.
What's the name of the gal who teaches at the Montessori?
Sandy.
Oh, Sandy.
Sandy,
Yes.
is that
not
the
there.
Sandy that you're talking
Yes.
about?
Mhm.
The one that's a teacher?
Right.
But she wasn't there today, she was,
No, but I'm just curious of that. What is this?
that's the chocolate mousse.
Oh, chocolate mousse.
Oh, and what is that?
That's meatloaf.
Okay.
okay. Is that,
So
is
this
it,
is
is
I'm getting a nice picture of the wall here.
But I think that, you know, you could definitely take some and eat it before.
I'm gonna put Gary's in a
Gary's
bowl,
mom is
'cause
always
it's
a
a
big
big
fan
bowl,
of
so
eating
kind
your
of run into
afters
everything.
before and then after. Because, you know, sometimes you just gotta have your afters before. But it's up to you, Glendora. We've saved you dessert. I could put a little bit right there if you wanted.
All right.
Do you want some?
Yes, please.
All right.
Oh, you could have it after.
Or she can have it after, but what the heck? She could have some before if she wants.
Oh, I didn't
Oh,
see a
thank
flat.
you.
that, this
Where'd
is
you find
from,
that
this is
flat?
Gary's, and
Yeah.
I
Where'd you get
think
that
you
from?
need silk,
this.
you need
Oh.
pencils.
So this here is just a little bit of chocolate mousse.
Oh, good,
Oh,
good.
you've got loads, there's rice in there already.
There's some,
Do you need a spoon or a fork, Glendora?
A
Here's
fork,
some.
please.
right here.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you, dear.
My pleasure.
Mmm,
So what did you bring?
wow.
Just the mousse?
I brought the mousse and he brought the,
Oh, you made that, Gary?
Yep.
That do look good.
Oh, this is terrific.
It's
Yeah,
dirty
it
rice,
looks
it's a little
good.
spicy.
It's fantastic.
Pat, the Brianna is terrific.
oh, good.
Is there salad dressing or,
There is salad dressing. That's
Yeah, it's on the
lime and
table.
chili chutney
but that's not the
for Gary.
salad.
No. The salad dressing,
I got it right here.
oh, it's over there.
I have it right here. Good English, Maggie. I got it right
I
here.
got it. Now this is gonna be absolutely not.
What is that?
It is a lime and chili chutney.
Chutney.
And it's
Okay.
gonna be hot and spicy.
Oh, hot and spicy. You know what? My face is sweating already just smelling it. No, really, it is. It is the most bizarre reaction. I sweat right here.
And you
That's all
know,
right. I'm gonna sit
It's
right
got-
in the door. Is this yours?
oh, this is fantastic.
Is this yours, Debbie?
No, that's yours.
Oh, thank you.
It was just the last one, so you
Oh,
meant it.
thank you.
And I just wanna warn you, it's got asafoetida in it.
What's that?
Asafoetida. It's a spice that's got a very, very unique taste.
I think this is such a comfortable room.
Uncomfortable?
Comfortable.
Oh, comfortable.
Mm,
So why?
I'm glad you think so,
So
Glendora.
this looks like it has sweet
Is the
potato.
camera rolling,
Looks
Gary?
like it, yeah.
Yes, it is, Glenn.
Thank you, Madeline.
You're welcome.
I have to do that because I didn't get any.
Wow.
Do we have napkins?
I'm not sure.
Oh, there probably are in
In the bag right there on the floor?
yeah, the basket.
I didn't do that. It was one of the easiest things to use.
No, they're not.
Uh,
Have it with your fingers, no big deal.
This is his Indian Brianna.
oh, good.
Well,
Okay.
would
That's
they be,
interesting looking meatloaf.
Gary, would you say yours is Indian?
That's on
Yeah.
it. Oh, it's nice and
Good, so
tender.
it's Indian night.
You made Indian pat, right?
I did,
Yes.
vegan, it's all vegan.
I don't wanna rummage through the whole.
Mine too.
Did you, get some?
Gary, that's a good flavor.
Thank you.
Very good flavor.
Does everybody like Glendora's new, briefcase? Kinda cool, isn't it?
Wow, that's nice.
We shopped for her new briefcase the other day.
Very nice.
Unlaid on by cats.
Unlaid on by cats, that's
Mhm.
right.
As yet.
Yeah. Well, she
Soon to
probably
be
would like this
christened by
because it's
.com.
slippery.
Pat, did you wanna try a little chutney on your
I
curry?
do, yes.
And there's water.
It's kind
Which
of,
is the curry?
it's,
I'll just take a little at a time.
that one,
That's curry?
yeah.
Is your
My
first
chair is sliding
Gliding
down.
into your food.
That's weird.
Well, I was going, wait, that's a dessert you said,
I
right?
know.
There's
My
cups
mother-in-law
there.
lets us eat our afters before.
Now, I would
Patty,
like
did
to,
you make this rice? It's good.
yes, it's a Zatarain's though.
Mm.
My chair keeps sliding, this is funny.
Do you want to switch
Not
with
the
me?
chair, me.
It's you. You're sliding. Do you want to switch with me?
Well, is it any different?
Oh, yeah.
The
Who made
chair
the
is
meatloaf?
Thank you.
Eddie, the cook at Tanya's
Wait, now
trolley
you're
line.
gonna slide.
Oh!
So we can't
What'd you say?
you can't ask about the recipe.
Yeah, it's veggie burger in a can.
Oh,
Which is?
The ham,
I gave you the
meatloaf.
veggie burger.
But it's in a can, that's
But
interesting.
that's a big can.
You need
Yes.
some water, Glendora? I'm gonna get some water.
You
Yeah,
probably mix some
please.
other stuff in with it.
Oh, oh,
Good.
Indian
that's
mousse.
spicy.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I went to Trader Joe's and they have a whole bunch of different
Debbie, is your name? Would you
Yes.
like some water?
Oh, sure, thank
vegetarian dishes.
Oh,
You got some
really?
good stuff in
Everything
there.
tastes better with
Yeah.
mousse on it.
With what on it?
I'm teasing with the mousse.
In fact, there was a thing, I got an email from somebody or something and it said how to live vegan out of Trader Joe's for $30 a week.
Wow,
How much?
I wouldn't mind seeing
$30 a
that.
week.
Why are you guys so far away?
Why are
It's
you
only
guys so
us.
far away?
I thought there were more people, so, and
Yeah.
I'm left-handed, that's why
Debbie, tell Debbie about that poor 17-year-old. Thank you, Pat.
who's
I-
Debbie?
17-year-old what?
Girl.
The one I told you about?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So there's a girl in the neighborhood that Gary knows her better than anyone really because we had a play group that all the little kids would go to. And so she's a senior in high school. And apparently she was sick all through high school, but she got sick on Christmas Eve. And she went into hospital and all we knew was there was something wrong with her pancreas and then her body started shutting down and a week ago today she passed.
That's
so sad.
17.
Yeah.
They think now that she had undiagnosed lupus
Oh, no.
and that all those years she was sick, no one thought to think of that. And so,
So she had symptoms.
I guess, I don't know. But that's one of the things that happens, they start systematically shutting down your organs, so,
But lupus is an autoimmune disease.
yeah. And apparently, quite a few people have it and it's manageable if you catch it early.
Yes.
But I guess in I guess she was only 14 when she started high school, nobody thought to think lupus.
I don't
So
know why
what
not.
I don't know.
It's quite, not that it's real common, but it's not uncommon.
Oh, good to see you.
Hey, Tony!
Oh, Tony, so it's not appendicitis.
No.
Oh,
That's good
Tony, I'm
news.
glad to see you. Are you feeling better?
Feeling a little better.
Side was hurting.
He had a pain in his side.
Pat, what do you think of the chutney?
It's powerful. It's good though, it really
It's too spicy
goes,
for me.
it's almost, but it does complement the chicken.
What you got, Tony?
Well, I got something not spicy. It's cauliflower with potatoes.
Oh, okay, that
Oh,
sounds good.
good.
And it's with my mom's homemade sauce.
I'm glad you told me it's powerful, because I haven't eaten it yet.
Yeah,
It's in a separate
Matangas
bowl.
is like,
He always makes food too hot.
So when did you get the snow?
2 days
So I'm
ago.
like,
Monday?
Well, it's been kind of snowing on and off for 2 days.
good news, Tony.
Yeah, I found the dog. I think
Would you like that
I saw it
banana?
once up at my house.
Oh, I haven't had it.
Like
You
a
good?
week and a half ago. It's a pretty dog.
he has chickpeas also, and not Tony,
There was a flyer
Gary.
where
Gary,
that was.
Gary had chickpeas
Well,
also.
whoever the person was had seen the
I'm
flyer
trying his
somewhere.
chickpeas.
Let's see.
The Brianna is such a great reliever.
Oh, it shows you how far a dog can travel when it's lost and running, you know?
Yeah, I was
You know,
kind
I
of
thought dogs
surprised.
could find their way home. What is
She
that?
wasn't home. They're from Canada,
Canada.
and they
What?
brought her down here to breed her.
What?
And she got loose at the breeder's house and had no idea where she was.
So she was nearly home then. She was on her way to Canada.
Yeah, she was on her way.
I did not know that. I thought it was a local family.
No, I think it's her way saying she Well, doesn't the wanna get breeder- bred
There you
anymore.
go.
The
Yeah.
breeder is local, but the owner lives in Canada.
How does a breeder accidentally lose your dog?
The owner was there too. Why the dog didn't come to her when she got outside, I don't
That
know.
could make sense.
But dogs get frightened.
Do you have any Richard salad?
I have,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Joyce, can you pass me that chocolate, please?
No, when it came from a breeder, it's like.
I
Yes,
know.
please.
Well, maybe they'll think twice about
What
breeding
is
her
that
now.
dressing?
Yeah, well, they'll
It's
just.
like a balsamic dressing.
Yeah, lucky somebody didn't
Just a
find her and say,
simple,
oh, an unspayed, expensive dog,
Just
let's
vinegar
breed
and
her.
oil?
Australian
but
Shepherd.
balsamic vinegar, so it's not, you
Oh,
know,
Fran's
it's not
having
an
it.
apple
It's
cider, it's
crazy.
it's balsamic.
Oh.
vinegar.
I don't know what
There's
this
a
is.
It's a
recipe
red,
for 'em.
it's a red wine type
For the
vinegar.
shepherd.
Mhm.
Kind of a reddish
No.
vinegar.
Oh,
It's,
that's-
Try a little
do you
bit.
know balsamic?
That could have been.
What is,
Yeah.
kind of
So
vinegar
did
is
you
that?
know
Made
whether
from
it
pine
was
trees?
spicy?
I don't know. Balsam, yeah.
You can
Gary?
tolerate it, right?
Yeah.
Used to cook in the family.
You have to have a taste for spicy food, I do not.
I don't either.
Well,
I do, but it doesn't.
Debbie
agree
doesn't
with
like
me.
it spicy, so I have to jazz it up with things like this, you see.
Right.
Gary,
Just do.
how would you define balsamic vinegar for
How would it-
Glendora?
It's vinegar Glendora that's it's aged in a barrel.
Made from what?
They age it in a barrel,
Like a fine wine.
and it's the barrel has had I think the barrel has had some spirit that's been distilled in it, and it's like a leftover. The barrel's a leftover, and then they
Well,
put
what
the
fruit is it made from? honey?
oh, it's like a regular vinegar.
Made from apples?
No, not from apples. What do they make vinegar from?
I don't know.
Isn't vinegar
Apples?
made from apples?
Yeah.
Vinegar's
Oh, it's made from wine,
different
from
things.
grapes usually.
Grapes.
Yeah. It's vinegar, the root of the word is vin aigre, which is French
Well,
for bitter
Vinegar, then
wine.
it's made from grapes?
Yeah.
Because he's saying that vinegar
No,
comes from the
vinegar
German
can
word
be made
bitter
from
grapes.
anything.
Apples, yeah.
So
But
when
the
they
root of
make
the
apple
word-
cider vinegar, that's
But
made
it's
from
French,
apples.
vin aigre means bitter wine in
Well,
French.
what's
What we
balsamic
just call
made
vinegar.
from?
Well, he's saying that they take the vinegar and they age it in a keg or a barrel,
Oh,
and they
Is that a
put in
French
some
thing?
distilled spirits in it
Balsamic.
as well.
I think so.
Well, they
Maybe
use
it's, oh, no,
barrels
it's
that have
Italian,
had
right?
that distilled spirit in it at one time.
Okay.
I believe so.
That's very interesting.
But you can't get drunk from it,
No.
right?
You can't get
Only if you
drunk
try
from
really hard.
I don't think that meatloaf is very good. How do you make a meatloaf? Don't you put a lot of onions in it?
Well, it
No.
has some onions in it.
I don't put onions in meatloaf.
Oh, I do.
What else do you put in it?
tofu.
Well, that's-
Breadcrumbs.
Did you give her a recipe, or does she have a
No, I just
book?
I just make it
You know,
some
Glendora, I
meatloaf
think it
and-
would've been better if it were hot. It's cold, so that doesn't help.
I don't think it has any flavor at all.
Did Tanya make it?
What we do-
Is there meatloaf over there?
Yeah,
Well, the meat did.
The non-meat.
yeah.
Oh, and then
How do you
Tanya
make
cooked it
meatloaf?
up.
Well, that curry's not too hot for you.
Don't you
So,
use-
is it?
If you're making a vegan meatloaf, you'd probably maybe
Where'd you
use
find
not
that?
chickpeas,
Lentils.
lentils, maybe walnuts. I
Where'd
had
you
a
White
really
find
good
lentils.
burger
I
the other
didn't-
day that was
That's
made
paper
of
towel, but it's
lentils
clean.
and
You can use it
walnuts
if
and
you'd like.
Oh,
probably
really?
onions.
A
It was
burger
really
made
good.
of walnuts?
It was a burger, yeah. A big-
Oh, Tony, your Dollar General burgers are very good.
Oh, you like those,
Oh,
huh?
I thought they were very
Aren't
good.
they?
And what?
Dollar General burgers.
Yeah, there's no oats in them. I really like that.
Yeah,
It's all vegetable.
yeah.
I mean, I don't know what the binder was, but
Yeah, they're pretty good, and
Yeah,
it's
I didn't
just
try
a
one,
buck.
the
Yeah.
picture looked good.
Yeah,
What is it, Tony, 2 burgers for $1?
yeah, yeah. When did you
Well, I thought
get
they were
that?
excellent.
Glendora did.
Yeah.
I mixed up your rice with his, what is it again?
Curry.
Sweet potato chickpea curry,
Mmm, delicious.
and I'm managing it, not too hot, so
Oh,
they
good.
offset each other a bit.
Okay.
Asafoetida.
Yeah, that dirty rice takes 45 minutes to cook. I didn't realize that. I started
Not
cooking
what
it like.
nationality, what religion?
kind of rice is it?
this?
This
It's
church.
Italian.
long
Methodist.
grain, or
Oh, yeah,
Do
probably.
they observe Lent?
Yeah.
and you cook
I
it.
don't remember
Uh,
that.
No?
how is it different
What,
from
did you do,
just
sneak
cooking
in one
regular?
time? Did you
It comes
sneak
in a
in?
package.
Oh, okay.
Zatarans.
And it's got the spices
Yeah, and you
everything.
put, you cook the, well, these are crumbles, but they make it for hamburger. You cook the hamburger right in there with it. You cook the hamburger first, or whatever you're using. Put it all together and then cook the rice
Oh,
around
okay,
it.
okay.
They get ashes here, Deb, right? They did ashes here, right?
I don't
That
remember.
Wednesday, you would think that
Yeah,
they
they
would have
But I
that.
thought only Catholics observe Ash
Anglicans do,
Wednesday.
Anglicans do.
Okay, but Presbyterians don't.
No?
Is
What kind
that
of
the
church
dirty
is it?
rice? That would be.
Methodist.
I like your dirty rice.
Water
Oh, good.
I don't
good.
think
Zatarans.
congregation.
What's what?
You got your water.
Zatarans with
What are
crumbles.
you, Joyce?
I'm eclectic.
It's good.
Oh, yeah,
I'm everything.
that's good.
You name it, I've
That's the
been
best
Good,
way
you
to be.
Have you tried Gary's?
Saturday, this coming
like
Saturday
to be?
is Tibetan New Year, and it's not a monastery.
What is it, chickpeas and what?
Sweet potatoes.
Petersburg.
Yeah,
Very
the
tasty.
pagoda.
No.
I see Valerie's offering a
That's
class.
Japanese.
Oh, yeah.
Buddhist.
She was
This
here.
is
Oh, she was here
Tibetan.
So
tonight?
is that in
She's
Berlin?
here?
Well, it's in Petersburg.
She left the east
Really,
Yeah.
where?
for us.
On
But
25th?
it's the same day
And
as
she
my
has a cold.
Chinese cooking.
She didn't want to give it to anybody, so she left. But she was here.
So is there a free dinner?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
she's a
gonna
busy
say, so
gal.
your choice is
Well,
cook your own.
she's a
or
busy
someone
gal.
else
Is it a potluck?
Oh, God bless her, she is.
Is it a
I'm gonna
potluck?
go on.
She came to us and we found the dog.
Tibetan?
They found the dog.
Tibetan, no, he's called a Rinpoche, the leader.
Oh, yeah.
What did she have to do with the dog,
With a
Glendora?
Boston accent.
Yeah.
And
What
they
did that
make
doctor
the
have to do
food.
with the dog?
I don't think she had anything to do with the dog. I think she was just
Just happy it was found?
yeah,
It's not
concerned
vegetarian,
person out there
But she
trying to.
they used the $50 we sent them for signs.
Did they really?
Yeah.
And the person who found it had seen a sign,
Yep.
Oh, that's
and
good.
that's how they knew it was their dog.
Wonderful.
Here, I really,
I'm not.
did you make this salad?
Did you try the moose?
I did.
Oh, I like it, I like it.
Yeah, I like that.
So then
Oh,
see,
the moose, did you try my moose?
you helped out Glendora with finding the dog.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Glendora's $50, they never would have sold that sign.
Oh, it's kind of nasty.
That dog said $50, I'm going home. Thank God they
That
Tastes
found
like
it.
a salad, yeah.
That's the chocolate mousse.
There was
Yeah,
another dog
what's the
missing right
flavor?
around that same area, a foster dog, a little brown pit bull.
Oh, really?
Agave.
I think it was in the foster home like
Vanilla?
2 days.
Oh.
It got loose.
That's it.
Really?
So I noticed the sign was down from the post office the other day, so I'm hoping they found her.
Oh, yeah, what happened?
I know.
I have no idea.
That's interesting.
Tastes really good with
So what is this,
Indian.
Tony?
Cabbage with potatoes.
Oh, it was
Cabbage.
cauliflower.
Oh,
Yes.
cauliflower.
Oh, yeah, sorry, cauliflower.
What is it?
Cauliflower with potatoes.
And my mom's homemade sauce.
What's the sauce?
Tomato.
Uh-huh.
Did you have any, Brianna?
Yep, right here.
Is it good?
Usually she makes it and she puts
Isn't that a great flavor?
fish in it.
It
Mom
does make a good
And
flavor.
I said,
No
no
fish.
fish.
No fish.
I mean, I think that's a
Go
great
fish.
flavor.
It's like I tried to tell her,
And
I'm
then
like
we can
most
use
of the
different
meals you can
vegetables
make,
too.
you
Yeah,
You don't
don't
need
need meat, or you can even
cauliflower
just put the
and
substitute
they're
in.
Japanese sweet potatoes, so they're
Oh, it
white.
needs flavor.
Japanese sweet
Yeah,
No, it
they're white
doesn't.
instead of orange.
Really?
Did you want a little of this on, Joyce? No?
You're really trying to haunt
I
that
had an
stuff.
orange one because it makes it look
Absolutely.
like
I tried,
a contrast.
Yeah.
Richard
Like
We
that.
don't
Amy.
want that spice, it's really not
They're like,
that.
He said-
Just try a little, just try a little on
and
the
they're
end of your
round,
fork.
but
and they're like pork,
He didn't get the
substitute
message.
for pork.
Okay.
Sweet potato
Delicious.
chips.
Delicious.
Where'd
And
you
so
get
many
it?
in one can from
I got it
Glendora.
at the English shop in Pittsfield.
There's an English shop?
In Pittsfield, yeah.
I never knew that. What's it called?
Brits are us.
It is not.
No, it
Brits
is.
are us.
Oh my
One in
goodness.
Albany as well,
Oh, the
they,
one in
they
Albany
did
as
so
well.
well,
That's
they
funny.
opened in Albany.
It's good but spicy.
Isn't there one, I think going down towards Woodstock too?
Yeah, there is.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know you.
Brits are with us, that's very
It's,
clever.
it's in Saugerties, isn't it?
What, the
I don't know-
Brit-
I don't-
what's
I
the
don't
He's on that, he's on the right hand side.
Brits are
I
us.
think we went one time and
Oh,
it
I
was just
didn't get
closing
that.
up.
Unless it's a different one.
It's something else goes to Woodstock,
So
right?
this is Ash Wednesday, the starting of 40-day holy days. What are we gonna do to be holy?
That's
Just
a
be,
good question.
yeah.
Be good citizens of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm one of those terrible people that when I was a kid, I'd give up ice cream, and then it was, instead of giving up something, it was doing good works. And now I just, every day I do my best, so I never do anything for Lent because I'm flat out all year round. I can't possibly do anything more or less than I'm already doing every day. But if somebody has a good suggestion, I'm willing to give it a go for 40 days. I mean,
What
I'm
were the-
vegan, I teach deaf kids, I'm saving bottles. I'm crawling in a dumpster today because the kids that collect the bottles from the school are special needs. And I think they tipped one in the garbage instead of putting it next to the garbage, and I'm fishing out the bag. And then tomorrow Gary and I will be sifting through half of lunch and God knows how many bottles are no good to save. Every bottle is 6 cents for Dominican Republic. And I'm like, really, is there not a better way to raise money for these people?
Oh, I have a bunch of bottles.
Oh,
Should I
goody.
give them to you or give you the money?
Whatever works for
Whatever's
you.
easiest for you.
So what were the 3 temptations that Christ was faced with
You
after
take
40
them to
days
the
in the
place
desert?
that eats green bush for 6 cents.
I don't know.
Well, one was he was
Bottled
hungry,
water.
right?
Oh, yeah.
I'll bring them to you.
So
if
the
you
devil
want.
says turn the rocks
Not
into
to
bread.
Stones to
Look
bread.
at it.
And what did he say? Does anybody know the
Here,
famous
Maddie.
quote?
You know
What
where
did
Maddie
he say?
lives?
No.
Not by bread alone.
Yeah, man does not live on bread alone.
Oh,
Then what was the second one?
I didn't hear what she said.
after 40 days, what did the devil tempt?
What was
Jesus
the second
was.
temptation?
Food.
It was,
All
the
the
devil
tre-
says,
all
I'll
the-
make you ruler of the whole world.
Yeah, all the treasure of the earth.
I'll
right?
make you like Alexander the Great, Julius Caesar, Hitler, Napoleon. I'll make you ruler of the world. And what did Christ say to that?
He said,
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, right.
he said,
I have a day
Be
job
ruler of
already.
the world, because you'll lose your place in heaven or something, right? With the
What's in
Father.
this that tastes like meat?
it's not
And you
me out of
rice.
account.
Well, anyway, suppose you,
Crumbles.
if Christ offered you that, would you take it? And then you could make all the animals happy in the world? Because
It's
you're
gotta
the
be a
ruler
trick
of the whole
question.
world?
I would make all the people happy in the world because then that would make the animals happy.
How smart is that, Tom? You're right, you're right. That's a good.
I think the
compromise.
animals are already happy. It's just that we're not the happy ones.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
I guess the answer would be, geez, I don't know what the answer would be, because that would be very tempting for me. It really would.
What's the
Ultimate
question?
power.
But would that satisfy whatever you need to do in this world to get to heaven?
Good point. And the third temptation was, I'll put you way up on top of this parapet and you jump down and the angels will save you.
And he
and
said, do not.
Yeah, and his answer to that was, oh, wasn't the other one about
Yeah,
you
but
should
that's
not
different.
tempt the Lord your
It's
God?
sweet.
And I
One
never
of them
understood
was.
what that means. How do you tempt the Lord your God?
I thought it was test. When he was going to throw himself off the thing. Was that it? We'll have to go upstairs on the service.
Put in the Bible.
I was gonna say, where's the Bible? Yeah.
And well, anyway, the answer was you shall love the Lord your God and him only shall you serve.
Mm.
That's the answer to the third one?
That might be the second one.
Right.
And the
I
third
guess
one
it's
is.
the
So what was the answer to him not jumping?
Excuse me, madam?
What was his answer to jumping and being caught by angels?
You shall not tempt the Lord your God. And I don't know what that means.
He's
How do you
getting the
tempt
Bible.
God? How do you tempt God?
Well, I think it's a test. Don't
Test
test him, like, don't put him to the test that now he's gotta catch me or else I'm gonna die. Just trust him and don't
Oh, don't put him
put
to
him
the
to the
test.
test.
Okay, that's it then.
You gonna
But
try
Gary,
it?
I'm
Yeah.
sure has snuck up for a
Go
while.
for
It's spicy, Tony.
Is that?
The family this year is going to
Oh,
try
wow,
something
look
new.
at this.
They're
like
going to
camping.
send the dog to summer camp. No, and the kids to obedience school.
Pepper, salt and pepper shakers.
And summer camp is where you pay $1,000 so your
I think
kid can
mail
bring
order.
home a 50-cent pie holder.
Websites.
I like that one too,
Yeah.
that's funny.
And,
Obedient school.
and the most convenient summer camp and the least expensive and the most reliable is Camp Grandma.
Oh, we used to go to
Camp
Camp
Grandma.
Grandma.
Me too.
That was a big deal for us.
My kids never got to go to Camp Grandma because none of them are around. But we go live with Grandma in England and
How long do you stay there?
6 weeks.
Wow. When do you
Every
do that? In the
summer.
summer?
We went, in 94 we went for 4 weeks and that wasn't enough. In 95 we went for 9 weeks and that was way too much. In 96 we settled on 5 or 6 weeks and then in 97 we had the boy once we had the number figured out. So Gary's got the Bible now. Do you know what book it's in this story?
Yes, Matthew 4, dear. Matthew chapter 4.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's good. It's a little off. A little bit. Yeah.
Then the Spirit led Jesus into the desert to be tempted by the devil. After
Hallelujah.
spending 40 days and nights without food, Jesus was hungry. Then the devil came to him and said, "If you are God's son, order these stones to turn into bread." But Jesus answered, "The scripture says, man cannot live on bread alone, but needs every word that God speaks." Then the devil took Jesus to Jerusalem, the holy city, set him on the highest point of the temple, and said to him, "If you are God's son, throw yourself down. But the scripture says, God will give orders to his angels about you. They will hold you up with their hands, so that not even your feet will be hurt on the stones." Jesus answered, "But the scripture also says, do not put the Lord your God to the test." Then the devil took Jesus to a very high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world in all their greatness. "All this I will give you," the devil said, "if you kneel down and worship me." Then Jesus answered, "Go away, Satan. The scripture says, worship the Lord your God and serve only him."
Nice. Thank you, Gary.
You're welcome. Oh, it's nice to clear that up, isn't it?
So how did he go 40 days and 40 nights without food or water?
He was
Yeah.
Jesus.
He had it like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I find it
A lot of things
hard-
in the Bible are supernatural. I mean, you have to believe supernatural to, and I don't mean supernatural like movie supernatural, but biblical supernatural. Because you can't go 40 days without food or water. You could go 40 days without food,
But not water.
conceivably, but not water.
I mean, I feel bad for the kids on the soccer team during Ramadan in the hot of summer, and they're not allowed to eat or drink while the sun is up. And I see this kid sweating his guts out on the field,
They can
and
drink.
he's not allowed to drink until the sun goes down at 9 o'clock at night. And in
No,
England,
they
it's
can
worse.
drink. They can drink. I'm pretty sure they can drink.
No, or at least not the ones that I've
Oh,
been
that's
in contact
interesting.
with.
What was them
And,
little
you know,
paper
it-
cups, Maddie?
What?
The small paper cups.
And
Oh, there was some
Gary, is
in
the
the back.
camera away from Madeline's head?
Oh,
I think
good
it's on
lord.
Madeline's head. You got a great view of her long hair.
Oh yeah, we can see everybody, but Madeline's head's prominently featured.
Can you move it this way?
prominently featured.
I think it spun a little, because it was not in my head.
Oh.
So, you know, I just feel like in England, it's literally on a higher one. It's around Nova Scotia on the latitude line, and so it's like 10:30 at night.
Yeah.
And so, you know, and then those poor people are like cramming the food in until 5 o'clock in the morning, so they're up all night. I don't know how they survive during the day and whether they can work or not, because they're up all night
Shot
eating.
glasses.
It's
Why
crazy.
did that in you mean?
But, you know, it's their belief for 30 days. And it rotates around the calendar because it's not always the same month.
It's not always.
It always peels back a bit. And so I wonder if it's related somehow to the same 40 days that Jesus did in the desert. I don't know.
Well, it's not,
Wow.
it's a Muslim tradition, it's not from the Bible.
Well, originally, there were the three of them, right? Muhammad and Abraham and...
See, now you're getting into territory I don't know.
So when they split off, I mean, Abraham is this Bible and Muhammad is the Quran and who's the other one, Gary?
Well, I was telling Madeline, you know how that all started?
Go ahead, tell us.
Yeah, well, Abraham didn't have any children, right? And he was 90 and Sarah was 90. So they thought it was okay for Abraham to have a child by the bondservant, Hagar, right?
Okay.
Well, I don't think that's quite right myself.
Mm.
And so then after Hagar is expecting, Sarah conceives.
At 90.
Yeah. And so now we got a conflict because by Jewish law, the firstborn is going to get the inheritance. So that would be Ishmael, Hagar's son.
Right.
So that means that Isaac is not going to get it. So they push Hagar and Ishmael out of the colony into the desert. And of course they both almost died. So guess who Hagar and Ishmael started? They started the Muslims, or as they call them in the Bible, the Arabs. That started the Arab nation. There's where all our trouble started.
Well, but Muhammad was the prophet of Islam.
Yeah.
And he didn't come along until,
That was much later.
he didn't come along
All right, they
until,
call them Arabs.
Like 500 or
They
something.
call them
Well,
Well,
Arabians.
Jesus didn't come along until after,
Well,
you know.
you can read it, it's a million people, right? It says,
Yeah,
first begot this,
begot,
begot that, begot the
right,
other, begot the
yeah.
end.
Yeah, it's hard to read.
I'm wondering, if their timeline was a little different, because like, if, for example, Moses or Noah, whoever, was 900 years old, why am I only getting 100 or 125, like my plan? I mean, why is it that we're not
That's
all
where the
healthy and
supernatural
spry
comes in,
for?
because not everybody lived to 900.
4 years and 10.
That's 50, isn't it?
Fourscore, yeah.
No, 3 years and 10. That's 70.
Oh, how many is a score?
20.
20.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, but it was 10. But that's where the supernatural comes in. They're given long life by God for whatever his purposes were. But not everybody lived to that great age.
Well, I mean, even to this day, people don't live to the max, but nobody in recent history
Lives to 900,
lived past 100, well, I know the number,
116.
122 and 164 days, which is why I bumped it up from 120 to be 125, because I want to break the record.
Is that the French lady?
There's a couple from Okinawa,
Are they
there's
still
a couple
alive?
from New York, from America. I'm not sure. There is a guy, a person from France, and there's one from Canada.
Well,
I've got it
they're
hanging up
descendants
on my
of
board
Abraham.
at home. The
And
top
Sardinia.
oldest.
Sardinia.
Yeah, the
How
oldest
about the
living
Seventh
people.
Day, the Loma Linda?
Yeah. Well, I tell you, the youngest in the top 10 was 116.
Wow.
So you had to make it to 116 even to make the cut on the top
Isn't that
10.
amazing?
Yeah.
So the oldest is what?
122 and
I wouldn't
164
want to look
days.
that old.
If I was happy, I would.
64 days.
Yes.
Oh.
Of course, you're gonna see everybody go.
Which is another third of the year,
Well,
really.
but that could happen living to 100 too. You know,
What?
I mean, the downside of it.
Well, your
Silk
mother
and
is
tofu.
3.
Baking
93.
cocoa, vanilla,
No.
and agave.
No, she'll be 94 this year.
You really
tell
She's
me.
93.
You can.
Yes.
Is that good or bad?
She
Oh,
should be
it's-
94
if
in
you like it.
October.
Well, I was just gonna say, you have to like
I
it.
couldn't
So-
probably
measure
didn't blend it
yesterday,
up
so when I
good
get
enough.
home, I wanna try
Because,
it.
you know,
I don't know where she
I normally
was.
take a
Must've been
corner
out
out
somewhere.
and just make it for myself. I've never made the
Friday
whole
gave me-
package. And I was pressed for time. And I totally didn't measure the agave, but I
No, you
measured
know
the
what, I
other
was just
two.
gonna say, we're so used to everything being so sweet,
Yeah.
that when it's not,
Gary
you
should
know,
try
it's-
it, because he doesn't like sweet things. I'm sure he'll
Oh,
like
you,
this,
you would
but
like it then.
he
It's not that
doesn't,
sweet. Right.
he doesn't typically like it, so he doesn't try it.
Yeah, it's not because it's too sweet though.
Tony, you got any announcements, honey?
No. Well, I had to think. I had to think if there was anything.
Well, I think it's time we sang happy birthday, isn't it? This is our 3rd birthday.
Oh, I thought we were
No,
celebrating.
it's not until the 24th, right?
No, it's the February. It all started, I was going
That's
down
not
the,
your birthday.
No,
No, I know, but I thought she started on the last Wednesday of
Right.
February.
Well, yeah, but the concept though
Oh.
started just about now as Catherine Chansky and I and a lot of other people were going down the stairs in the library. And Catherine was in front of me. And I says, how about a vegan club? And Catherine stopped and turned around and says, not a bad idea.
And there it was born.
And there it was
was.
born, just now. Happy birthday
to us.
Happy
birthday to us. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to us.
Are you 1? Are you 2? Are you 3?
Yay!
Well, that was
Where is this course being held?
Yeah, good question.
Hudson Valley Community College.
Did you bring these?
No, I did not.
The doctor lady did.
Oh,
You wanna
okay.
get out the old cat briefcase and we'll sing our theme song?
Did the old cat briefcase make it in here?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, maybe not.
we can
Well,
remember.
we know it by
Yeah,
heart.
we know
Yeah.
it.
Ready, get set.
Let
Go.
go. All creatures of our God and King,
Lift up your hearts and let us sing.
just be kind, stop the cruel.
Those
cows and pigs, leave them alone.
The horses, hens, and turkeys too. Save the fish, just be kind.
Stop the
God, stop the cruel. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Very nice. Yeah, not bad, we're getting there.
I think I ate too much.
So is
That's the
anybody
story of my life,
taking this
Gary.
course?
Is it a course?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It costs money?
Yeah.
$30.
29
Oh.
bucks.
For
it
3
says here.
sessions, so that's like $10 a class, and it's a 2-hour class, so $5 an hour, basically, to learn how to lobby and network on behalf of animals.
It's
Yeah.
I took a class with her. I think it was last year or the year before. I can't remember.
Last year, Tony,
Was it last year?
that's where I met, how I
It
met you,
says
yes.
3 sessions, I only see
Okay.
2
Yeah, the
days.
one in between they didn't list,
Oh.
so it would be the 12th,
Okay.
but it's like a dash, so.
But it's a really good class, and it's you know, the class that I took you know, she had guest speakers that would come in. You know, it would be different topics that you would talk about, and you know, Valerie's very knowledgeable about lobbying and laws in New York State. So
Is she a vet?
no,
She's a regular MD? She's a doctor?
I don't know. I think it's with law.
Oh.
She's I don't know if she's a doctor or if she's just a lawyer.
Okay.
I think she's a
I
lawyer
thought
who's a
Glendora
librarian.
called her doctor.
Well, she could be a JD.
Oh, anybody who is a lawyer is a doctor of jurisprudence.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a JD.
Why, sure, it's a
Alright.
graduate school.
All right. That's how
You
much
go
I
4 years of college and then you go 3 years of graduate school and you're a doctor of jurisprudence.
Okay.
There you go.
Well,
Every lawyer's
I
a doctor.
applaud anybody that does stuff like that. I have to say that in the 30 years I've been involved, I'm seeing the same things happening and not much has changed. And that's unfortunate.
You know, and I kind of agree, and it's just it's like a vicious cycle. It's like you just
It
try
is.
to move forward, but then you don't.
I
And
will
it's-
say, I've seen other arenas where things have changed, like there has been a huge movement to get rid of, if you can believe it, gas chambers in shelters.
Right.
And the map that they showed when I first started lobbying for this, or whatever you wanna call it, was a certain color, and now it is a totally different color. They've made so much progress, but there are still many out there. But, so it's, in some things it does.
Well, excuse me, because I'm very unknowledgeable about this. So if they usually gas the animals that they no longer want to house in their facility, and now they don't do that, please tell me what they're doing. Don't tell me because they're not killing.
No,
No, they're
it's humane
injections.
euthanasia. It's humane.
With the
So what
shots.
is humane?
A lethal, heart-stopping,
I mean, like you
shot.
put your own animal.
Barbitho or what
Well,
is it called?
I'm sorry, I don't know anything about the pain and whatnot, but if you're gonna give me a needle, or you're gonna let me sit in a room and I'm gonna breathe and fall asleep,
That's not how it works. It's not
No.
anything like that.
So
It's
what happens?
torturous. Glendora doesn't wanna hear this. I'm
Okay.
seeing with her fingers in her ears.
okay. So what you're saying is getting a needle is much
Oh, yes.
easier on them than
Oh,
whatever they
yes,
were going through.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So, and of course, the thing is to get to no kill. That's
Right.
the direction to go.
Of course.
That's, of course, a
to
first
go,
step.
before you do that, you got to stop
Breeding.
treating animals like the
Like
cans
this.
of baked beans on a shelf,
Yeah. I
like
agree.
that. And when you go in the pet store, they all are. You know,
Yeah.
they've got to stop that
Well,
attitude.
and they are. There are 2 states now. I want to say Arizona. I'm not positive, and I think there's a second one where they've just passed statewide law. The only animals that can be adopted out of shelters wait a minute.
At a pet
The-
store.
Yes,
They have to come from a
Have to
shelter.
come from a
right. That's what I'm
shelter.
saying.
Yeah.
Yes, I had it backwards.
Yeah, but
You're right.
I don't know if it's state though. I think it's just in certain
No,
cities.
I think the whole state of Arizona, if I'm,
I don't know. I think it was a city in Arizona, or if it was like Nevada, Las
no,
Vegas.
whatever it is, it's a whole state. I remember
Um.
thinking reading it was a whole state.
But
So that's good.
they're still not stopping the breeding.
No.
They're still breeding and they're in the
No.
shelter.
Right, and
It's a
then,
whole
you know,
other-
what,
Well-
people like one particular breed and then they go nuts breeding that. And
Well, they did have that one law, the one that I mentioned the other day, where they wanted to take dogs and make them consider them a farm animal.
Yes, I signed that petition.
Yeah, and call them up. Luckily, that was tabled,
Yes.
that bill.
Well, you know, she was very vague when I spoke to her as to why it was tabled, number one, and
Right.
number two, when it was going to come up again. They couldn't seem to give me any time frame or any
Well, it's not coming up in the
explanation.
assembly.
That's good.
Yes.
I think it's just.
Pat can tell you how she became
Change the subject.
Yeah.
an adopter of a kitty. Tell us, Pat, how you
Oh,
became.
well, there was a cat, the 3-year-old cat that, the owner had to move into an apartment and couldn't, you know the story. Well, this was supposedly a cat that was gonna live outdoors, but cat has taken over the house.
Oops.
And the
Lucky
cat came to us with shots and had been neutered.
Right.
So the owner took care of the cat, but then couldn't take her with
She loved.
him. With them.
It's one
What's
of
the name?
We sort of Shadow. She's
What
very-
is
Is it black?
Shadow. She's gray, and
Oh,
she,
Shadow,
all of
huh?
a sudden she's there under your feet.
Oh.
She's a nice cat, very
That's
nice.
one of the most given reasons for people to surrender their pets to shelters.
They can't
Yeah.
take them
Right.
to an
They're
apartment. Yeah.
That and personal problems.
The owner wants to
Yeah.
come and visit.
Oh,
so-
that's nice
so
though.
still cares
Aw.
about the cats.
Good.
We said fine.
You just gotta watch them when they leave.
Yeah.
Make sure they don't
Out of
look
her
at the
coat.
cat.
Yeah.
In her pocketbook.
And pray for Madeline's cat, who's kind of sick.
Yeah. One of my cats tested positive for feline leukemia.
Oh,
Yeah.
One that was ill or a new one?
Well, he began to be ill, so,
Was it the one that you had in the carrier like a couple weeks ago?
no, different cat.
Different.
No. This one, his sister actually tested lightly positive when I first got them all, but he and his mother and the other sibling were all negative twice.
Mhm.
And yet, 8 years later, he has now developed feline leukemia. So, you know, when I do adoptions, I always tell people, yes, I tested this cat, but you should test again and a third time if you can afford it.
So is it like dormant for a while? And
I don't
what
know
happens?
why he tested negative and now is testing positive. I don't know why. And I guess it can be dormant and possibly something else happened and so his immune system was compromised for whatever reason and it came out. You never know.
What should we have for our free vegan supper on the 24th?
Now, where's
I've
that?
got
The
about
trolley?
10 boxes of those vegan turkey,
Yes.
and I think people like the hot turkey sandwiches, didn't you, with the gravy and the toast?
I think you put in the advertiser we're having sandwiches with tomato and lettuce.
Oh, that's the end of that.
I didn't see that in there.
It isn't out yet, that's why. That's what we did put in Glendora, but you know what? It's America, we can change our minds.
I don't think it'll make any difference.
Yeah.
Probably not.
I don't
So
think
what
so.
is-
Why do we do that, have those hot? You
Sure.
like that, you liked the turkey the best, didn't you, Tony?
That was good. It was very good.
So we'll have gravy, huh? And the toast and the,
Who made this?
I think we should have
Meatloaf.
12 grain bread.
I think it was somebody
Don't you
at
think we should
the
have 12
time
grain
used
bread?
to
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely. Get rid of the white bread.
Basically like
Yeah.
And it's
a meat,
Debbie's
what do
birthday
you call it?
that
Yeah.
day.
And did we have mashed potato with it,
We
folks?
did.
Yeah, we did,
Yeah.
yeah.
Glendora
Okay, so
didn't
it's
think it was
mashed
that nice.
potato, gravy, and the
That's
vegan
sauce.
turkey, and,
Needs nothing.
I think, did you do
12 grain?
coleslaw?
is that
She
it?
she did do coleslaw, I think, for
And
that
it was
also.
vegan.
Is that it, folks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then
I
she's
just
got-
wanna know, I want you to know, if you go back in the videotape on the record there, I believe she was gonna make the meatloaf from our recipe book with Brussels sprouts because it was my birthday. But I'm happy to have her.
Oh, she is? Tell me about
No, it's
that. I missed that. Tell me again. Say it again.
I don't remember that.
remember
It must
that?
have been the
Come
night I
on.
wasn't
I
there.
think I remember a little, I think I remember
remember.
something.
So meatloaf with Brussels sprouts?
Yeah.
Oh, I think we were gonna give her
And
something.
like roasted potato.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, Brussels, I'm thinking, put the Brussels
No,
sprouts.
no, Brussels sprouts on the side of the meatloaf.
I was
with
thinking
like
bizarre.
same thing, I know.
No. You mash them together.
Oh, well,
Carrots
we
or
better
mashed
go back
potatoes
to
or
that,
something.
don't you
No.
think?
You got your meatloaf tonight, sorry.
I know. It's not the same, but it's fine. No, it's fine. I'm just kidding.
Well, the hot turkeys were good. But you're right, 12 grain bread would be better.
Yeah, that white bread's kind of nasty.
Yeah,
It does, it gets soaked.
Yeah.
and it's not good for you.
It's not anything for you, is it? There's
No.
like nothing to it.
Waste
No,
of
Pat will
chemicals.
not support our free vegan suppers. She doesn't believe in them. She likes the potlucks.
Oh, that's me. I don't disagree. I just think that you shouldn't be paying for
I
it.
think
No,
that's-
none
I
of
think
That's why I
it.
object.
We all
We always
object.
kick in anyway, as long as they haven't come there for the first time and thought it was free. Anybody who's been there before
Right.
is happy to
I
contribute.
like the potluck.
So what do we do? Have another potluck the second Wednesday of March?
Yeah. I think
that
this
the
is a
weekend
good
that we're away?
schedule.
We can't make it up, the ninth.
The ninth, why would we be away in the middle
I
of the
thought
week?
you'd made an appointment with Joe.
Oh, you're right. We have a tax appointment. You're right.
That doesn't affect you guys, though.
Well, it doesn't affect them, except that I don't know, are they allowed to come here without us?
No.
So that's how it affects them.
Good point.
It was the only
We'll be
day that
knocking
guy
at the door
had.
and they'll be like, is Debbie and Gary with you? No.
Somebody joined the church quick.
We, I wanted it before the end of February, like I always have, and he was like, March 9th. I'm like, that's the earliest you can have? Hello? We're busy that night, but Gary's like, gotta take it. So maybe it'll change, but
Well, then we have to change the date because we can't have it here without them.
That's right.
You really
So-
need to have it where
No,
there's
oh,
water to
then what do
wash.
we do, folks?
do you wanna do the first
Well,
week or
the
the
only
third?
reason we're not upstairs is because it's Ash Wednesday.
We
Or
were
else we'd
gonna
have
be
been
upstairs with all the tables and we didn't have to make all
And
this.
the kitchen.
And you know,
all
the
whole
kitchen and all
gig.
that.
That's right. So what do we do?
Do you want,
You wanna do it the first week instead?
March, I mean,
that would be following on, then they'd be back to back.
two together.
But you know what, having
No.
said that,
Oh, yeah, we'll be, yeah.
if you
What
do the
should we
third
do,
week,
Pat?
then
It'd
they'd
be
be back to back
back-to-back,
that
right.
way.
When
So
sh-
technically, for the 1 month, they would be back to back.
Well, you got that, so.
So
Oh, it's just-
we were well trained with the, the once a
Yes.
week, once a month, what am I trying to say? Once every week for all month.
Yeah, people, it was nice. You didn't have to worry because you knew what you were doing on Wednesday night. What are we doing for Tuesday night's dinner? Wednesday, taken care of. What's Thursday night's dinner?
So what do
If
we
you
do
want, I
about March?
could run up and just have a quick look on the calendar if there's anything going on, either of those.
Okay. She's gonna go look and see if there's anything happening here at Glendora.
The
Oh,
second
That would
okay.
prevent
or
us
the
from coming here.
16th.
When, in March?
Yeah, because they're not gonna be here for the 9th, so we have to do it the
Wow.
1st or the 3rd.
While she's gone,
Oh, yeah.
don't you say anything.
You know what you're doing, Pat?
Glendora,
Excuse me.
Speak
me. Glendora, Tanya said she learned how to make the vegan cake that she bought at Whole Foods. So are you gonna be talking to her to ask her if she can make the cake?
For the 24th?
For Debbie's birthday?
For her birthday.
For the 24th?
I can talk.
Okay, what do I say to Tanya? Are you making the vegan cake for the
Oh.
24th?
Here she comes.
I can talk to her.
Okay.
Is that what I say?
Right.
No,
I'll take care of it.
what'd you
What?
find out?
I'll take
Jerry
care
will
of
take
it.
care of it.
What did I miss? What did I miss?
Oh,
What did you take care
nothing,
of?
So
nothing.
what did they say?
Hey, wait a
I
second.
didn't
Do
ask
I
anybody,
do
I
any,
just checked
do
the
I
phone.
do anything?
No, no.
Okay, I don't say anything to
No.
Tanya about a vegan cake.
Nothing.
Well, Pat, tell them how you make your vegan cake.
Okay, I make a vegan cake with, flour, oil, no eggs. The leavening is vinegar.
Ah.
There's
So-
vinegar?
It's vinegar, so you
Vinegar and
add the
baking
oil
soda.
to the well, yeah, it's got baking soda or powder. And then when it's all mixed together, you take I don't remember, maybe 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. You put it, the batter's already in the pan. So you just kind of drip that over it, and then you swirl it in, and it rises like a cake.
Have we had your cake?
I think you might have. Did we bring that cake once?
Did she bring a cake one time?
Yes, she
So
brought
that-
it a year, but a long time ago. It was
It was a
during
while
the
ago.
first year.
Oh, then I don't think I had it.
Does it
It's
have
delicious.
icing
She
on it?
makes it either
You can
chocolate
put
or
icing on it,
vanilla.
or you can, sometimes I use just a little powdered sugar or something.
And can you make other flavors besides chocolate and vanilla?
I don't know. I haven't tried it. I mean, just leave out the cocoa powder and put something else in.
But who needs other flavors
I was just
besides
wondering,
chocolate?
what makes it vanilla?
Are you going upstairs?
Oh, well, the
flavor?
white flour and the sugar, I don't know, you make me, I don't know, I'm not a, I'm not a cooker.
Well, the chocolate is
Baker.
good, honey.
Now it's 7 o'clock.
Oh, there's a service going on?
So,
No, I don't want.
is there a
lightning
way
to
that you
strike.
can give me the recipe so I can see if I can make it without oil?
I'll go with you.
Cause we don't,
You don't have oil.
Do you have each other's numbers?
Sometimes you can use applesauce in it.
yeah, and we
Me
use
neither.
crushed flaxseed with water,
And Sally's
which like
at
makes
I'll
it
give
an
you her
egg
number.
So she's taking care of it.
It's 956.
Me, I'm
Oh, Gary's
Giving
going.
up the good,
Okay.
whether you like it or
told
not.
Okay.
Let me just get my thing, do you wanna put it in?
You want my phone number?
Well, first of all, I want your name, right? Pat.
Pat, Sar,
Nick, Pat,
How do you spell it?
S-A-H-R.
S-A-H-R.
Mm-hmm,
And then I'm gonna put here vegan
vegan cake.
cake. Just so I
Pick it up.
remember.
How's Don doing?
Oh, look, it says vegan cake. Oh, I can't tell.
I don't know.
Okay,
I don't know.
vegan cake.
Figure out.
Yeah,
Five
I'm trying
days.
this new medicine
No,
that he's
5,
on
6.
is,
5, 6.
2, 2,
for
3,
the
8.
epilepsy is just,
I was gonna
literally for a month and a half
when I
now,
go
he's
to remember
pretty
it.
much spent his
Alright,
entire.
so I'm gonna
days
send
and
you a
nights
quick
in bed.
text now,
Really?
so I'll just say it's Debbie Holden.
He's just
Okay, and
like,
I'll respond with.
Yeah.
and now he's taking aspirin and they're not even sure now that it was
Hi,
stroke.
it's Debbie
They
Holden.
think it
I'm
might
just
have been
wondering if you can
a
send me the
medication
vegan cake
reaction.
recipe.
Talking about Don?
Yeah.
That's how
So
I
they call it
text
a
him.
In the
they
meantime,
don't call it a
inserted
vegan
thing
cake, but
into
it
his
is.
chest,
They
a
call it a
surgical
5-minute
thing,
cake.
and he's hooked
Because
up
you
to a
can,
monitor
you can
that,
do it
you
all
know,
in the cake
Yeah.
pan.
He has
It's
a
a heart
fib.
rate, man, heart rate.
And, you know,
and he may not even
I
have a
usually
fib
I
because
usually
it
don't
could've
do
been
that
a
because
side
I
effect
wanna
of the
take it
medicine.
out of the pan. I don't,
So it's like,
you know, I don't wanna be
And
scraping.
he doesn't
the
have to have had
You know, I like to
inserted
take a
find
cake out
out
of the
if it's
pan
a
and put it on a
fib.
plate, so.
But
But you don't
well,
have
this is
to.
more
I,
technical.
my cakes all
I
come
don't know,
out of the
that's how they
pan.
do it.
Is
Without,
it the heart rate
um,
monitor that they
But
put
this
in?
is,
Or is it a
Oh,
deep-
actually
is
put
it
it
a-
in.
But
you
they
mix it and
insert
everything in the
inside,
pan.
so
You don't
it's
use a
Not this
bowl.
big,
Yeah.
you know.
So,
I don't
Is it
understand why
like
they
a,
would
is it
make
a
it not come out.
defibrillator
I
as
don't know
well?
if it
No,
would stick
no.
to
It's
the
just a
bottom.
monitor.
It's just a monitor.
Wouldn't it?
So on
Well, you know,
Friday,
like
he's
I
having
make
a
these
nuclear stress
vegan
test.
banana bread, which I also make
What
into
is that
muffins, and I
mean?
make them in
They blow them up, I don't know.
Some of them are
No, they
tin.
put, they put
That's what they call it.
dye in,
Some
they
of them
put
are
a
tin.
nuclear dye
And I
in.
just eat them, and you know how
And
they
they
make
make
you
you
these
walk,
little
you know,
regular
yeah, yeah.
long, they start to,
They steam,
I think
yeah.
yeah, and then I just push the sides and pop it right out. And you know, I have this thing, it's like a very thin butter knife,
Where's he
you
getting
can
this
just go around the side to
Samaritan or
loosen it.
Mhm.
I think
If you
Samaritan,
needed
I don't
to.
know, I have to find, I
But, you
never
know,
know to the last
I
minute.
don't use
I think
any
it's
flour
good
or
Samaritan.
papers, cause I
No,
feel like
another
you
thing,
waste
I have tons
some of it
of
around
Yeah,
that
some of
paper.
the
They have
space.
stick.
You should
But, you
learn
know,
because
just be
she
something
runs
to
out.
try
and,
for
Yeah.
interest's sake.
She
And you might be
writes
able
all
to
this.
figure out how to do it
A lot
without
of
the
it got
chocolate.
Yeah,
donated.
I mean,
And just use vanilla flavoring
But,
and
so anyhow,
almond
Well,
flavoring.
and he
the
feels terrible
chocolate
because his
can
stomach
just be
hurts
like
all
the
the
baking
time. I'm
cocoa.
sure it's
Then
because
I put in that.
he doesn't eat,
Yeah.
and then he takes the
But,
medicine,
you know, it's
and,
the
you know,
Right.
so,
because I
you
know
know,
I
he's
won't.
taking aspirin, which I know,
Oh,
a
that-
hole
that
in your
was,
stomach if you
yeah.
don't eat.
Is it
So
a
even-
full
yeah, any
dose,
kind of oil,
325?
Coconut oil.
Yeah, we don't
and
do any.
none.
Why isn't he eating?
We,
Because he's,
he uses,
Tony, what do you think
he
made that
decided
pain go
as a kid,
away?
his mother should take care of him for the rest of his life.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know, and I
Probably
won't
just,
cook for him,
just
so.
a passing.
You know
thing.
what? It was a gas pain.
Yeah,
How
probably.
much you wanna bet it was a gas
What are they
pain?
talking about?
I don't know
Tony's
how
telling me
that
right
gas gets out of the alimentary canal, but it does. It can get you up here,
Oh, yeah.
it can get you in the back.
Wow.
When I had surgery, I had up here in my shoulder, forever.
Oh,
It was
gas.
agonizing. Yes, because they put air in you
Oh, I see what you
to,
mean,
to
right.
open it up so they can see what they're doing, and it just goes everywhere.
And it traps. I know when I
You
had.
can't fart out of your shoulder.
I've tried. Believe me.
I had.
I'm going to church, it's
All right,
nice to see
nice to see you.
everybody.
All right, God
If
bless
I-
you.
How long
Are
do
you
you
going with me? Oh, you're not
No,
going?
I've got to tidy up and get
Yeah,
out of
we.
here.
What?
So how long is that for?
An hour?
Probably
Maybe.
not even that.
No?
Okay, I can deal with
You
it.
can come back down. What's your food? We'll eat it for you.
I didn't bring any, she brought it for me.
Okay, good.
I rushed from New York to get here
Yes, she
tonight.
came from New Rochelle, yeah.
Straight from there.
Nice.
I'll see how long we're down here.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll shoot up before I go.
Joyce, before you go, you remember Mary Murphy?
Sure.
Well, I saw her a couple weeks ago, and she asked about you, how you were doing, and wanted me to say hi to you.
Was she at a storytelling?
It was a storytelling event, yeah.
Where was it?
It was at the home, it was in Skodak, it was at the home of one of the storytellers.
Oh,
Um,
I mean like a gathering
It was
for
a gathering
storytelling?
of, it was a gathering of people, they weren't, all of us weren't storytellers, but,
Yeah.
you know, we had an interest.
Oh,
There was
okay.
really, there were two storytellers that performed, and they will do that every other month, I think.
Oh.
So in April, they're gonna do it again.
Can anybody go to it, or was it a closed,
No, it wasn't closed.
but was it listed?
It's, they have an email, you know, they just send it out to people they know of, but,
Okay.
I mean, you could come, sure.
Can I just say before y'all leave, the second, all of the days were free, because it just said Scouts and Goose, which was in the day. The second, and then the 16th. The next one, which is technically the 4th, is the 23rd, but we do have the 30th. But I don't know that Glendora is happy to stretch to the 5th week in the month.
Well, of
So-
course, we have to do, the last Wednesday has to be
Right.
the.
So it's the
Glendora
last Wednesday? you
It's the
mean?
last Wednesday.
Okay, so if it's the last Wednesday, then we might want to do the 16th, because then there'll still be 2 weeks before the last.
What do you think of that, Pat? To-
Maddie,
We're
yes.
talking about the potluck on the 16th of March. How many in favor?
Did I not email you?
Are you in favor, Gary?
Not for this month.
You in favor of the 16th of March?
The
I
16th
I
versus
go
the
that
2nd?
far.
That made me too.
don't know what it is, because if you go the line.
No, it's the day before St. Patrick's Day,
That's true.
Is it St. Patrick's Day?
17th.
17th.
Oh, right, oh, I gotta go.
Yep.
All right,
Okay,
Joyce,
is it
I'll talk to you
carried?
later,
Is
okay?
anybody opposed?
No.
We're all going for the
Hey Joyce,
16th
take that with
See
you.
ya.
Joyce, take that with you,
What
will
do
you?
I do, go up?
Yeah,
where
go
do I-
upstairs.
what's this?
You know,
You'll
I,
see.
I'm
You'll
gonna
see.
take this with me and recycle. Every time we throw this stuff away, I always feel bad, so I'll take it all home and recycle it.
Well, I always take my utensils home because I don't want them to be thrown away. Are
I
you
will
gonna?
recycle them.
So do you want us to
When
just
you
put it in here
recycle, you
like
mean
this?
you're gonna wash them and use them? Or
No,
you're
I'm
gonna throw
going
them
to
in the
recycle
recycling?
them.
Yeah, I wash them and use them.
Okay, no
I
problem.
do too.
Sorry to be a pain.
I get like 3 or 4 uses, then eventually when it
down
starts
here,
to get
down
really
here,
corroded.
Yes.
No, I don't
And I
want
say,
any more things.
okay.
I know.
I
Never
can't
recycle.
recycle the chickpeas, so I'll have to do
Big
something
stuff.
with those.
So I guess those have to go in the trash.
I think
Well,
this
I'll tell you, we'll
all should
compost
be
it.
recycled
Yeah.
into the ground.
Well, then you could take that home with you,
We'll
I
put it in our
suppose, yeah.
compost.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah, Gary will take it with him. All right.
here you go, honey. Here's
What happened, Gus?
The slow cooker is really hot.
Oh, ouch.
Guess where Pat and her husband went? They went to the New Hampshire primary and went and asked people to get out to vote.
Nice.
Really?
And they
did.
favored Bernie Sanders. He did well.
He did, he won.
Certainly
Did you see the one
won.
candidate, who is it, the Berman, what was it, the weird guy that came in like 4th place, I think?
In,
New Hampshire.
Kalish?
no.
No,
Kasich.
jeez, which I
Or
remember.
Kasich? Kasich?
I
No,
remember
not
came in-
Kasich, not, this is, I think, under, with Democrats or
Oh,
independent or something.
maybe it was an independent, yeah, I don't know who that was.
What's the matter?
My,
Yeah, it was interesting.
did I do that?
Oh, there's probably wrapping upstairs. We can.
Yeah, there is some cake.
We leave the
They're
table
all
set
good.
up and
Yeah,
everything.
but
How many hours it
everybody
take to
can
There
get
won't be
there?
anybody, yeah.
Almost
There's no-
3.
You won't be going through the
And
church
then
to
we
get to the.
were walking around for 3 hours, 3.5 hours,
Sorry.
and then 3 hours back.
Where,
Was it in
in
Manchester,
Manchester?
honey?
We were further than that, we were
Spice is a different.
Now, how does that
I
get
think
home?
it was
I
near,
thought there was,
it was
it looked like there was
Sunapee,
meat in it.
Okay.
Sunapee,
It's
Newport, that
hummus.
area.
Oh,
Yeah.
Keene, there's,
We should just eat that.
there's
Or you
one
could
spot
just eat it.
I
That works for me
Well,
too.
used to
I
see it on
actually
my,
I
You
ate
just
that.
put it
one of my
in the
apps
corner
on my
of
phone, where it would like
Just
point at the
simple.
vegan and vegetarian restaurants in the area.
Oh,
There's supposed to
Put it
be
in a
a
bowl, put it in
all
a
you can
bowl if you
eat
want.
7-day
Okay.
Adventist buffet that
Then you
they
don't
do.
have
In
to cover it
Keene?
somehow,
In
so.
Keene.
No,
Oh,
I'm gonna go and get the wraps.
take a trip
Okay.
up there.
Yeah, I thought about doing that. My next trip, I go out
It's
there
a
on
nice
motorcycle.
drive, you know, you
Yeah.
go up
Hey, guys.
Through
Through-
Hogback
They
and,
can
Yeah, you go up.
there.
through Vermont, and you go into, it's just a nice, it's really nice around there. We didn't mind it at all. And it wasn't snowing.
I'm very glad that Valerie's doing this class again, especially that she's doing it face to face with, you know, like in the classroom setting. Because she wanted to do it online, and it's like, you gotta do it in the classroom so people can,
Look, it was such a good
Connect.
idea, he wants to fix his own
Obviously,
blow up.
I think it's obvious.
yeah.
I think you can expect that.
But then, you know, but then it's like, then the people are in the same situation as
Do you want me to
me
unplug your,
when
oh,
I
your
took
phone
her
is still
class.
charging.
It's like you
I
take
didn't
it
realize
class,
that's
it's like,
We'll leave it for now.
What shall I do, Pat?
what do I do now?
I'm gonna,
You know, you got me going here, I wanna put my energy
I wonder
towards
if
something.
I could just.
Tony, is this
You
your
need to
spoon?
put those back
Yes,
in
it
there?
is.
Shall I just,
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll
feed the leftovers to
Some
my
of that,
girlfriend.
biryani home,
Yeah, we
because
take
there's a
that.
lot there, I'll just put it in a bowl
I'll
there,
take
a
that
little
for
foil
now.
around
oh
it,
boy,
okay,
thank you.
okay.
I'm gonna take some of that.
Yeah, go for it.
Tony, do you want me to pass those out to other people, honey?
What's that?
Doctor,
Yeah, I'm gonna post it up on my,
oh, you're
group.
gonna take them, okay.
No,
Nancy's a delight,
Go ahead.
she is just.
She was really going
don't need
fast.
those, I just do it on the group.
Thank God,
And
'cause she
then
had
it
so
just
much to
goes out
say.
through.
She really wanted to get it, to make.
I know, but that's not something you just do and do.
No, I know, but she wanted to get it.
No, because I'll just put it up on the group
Well,
and then the
you know,
email
she
gets
figures
sent
it'd be
out.
hard to get people to
So,
get it.
they'll
I understand that.
see it and take it or
But
not take it.
it's more than it really is.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
You want me
saying?
to
It's very
distribute
clear cut
these
what all
then?
that stuff is.
Yeah, you can just
Okay.
Cut and dry.
leave them somewhere and.
Doesn't
Okay.
need a
Except for the
20-minute
lost dog,
explanation
because
for
that's
it.
out
I
now.
agree with you that, Glendora needs time to absorb it.
Tracy, I felt bad for Tracy.
But I'm glad she said what she did.
Yes, yes.
She needed to.
Oh, look at you, trying to hurt your back, and that is exactly what you will do doing that.
Sorry.
Maybe I'll take a little bit.
Oh, help yourself, sure. Just finish it, the two of you.
Nope, I ate enough tonight.
This was very tasty. Oh.
And you'll have some salad because there's still some salad, so this is your
No, I
bowl.
have two
So you just leave it in the bowl.
Yeah. Is there a cover to the bowl?
There is.
Pat, remember we have a briefcase in your car.
Right, yeah, we'll look in the back of the car before.
Yeah, no.
That goes.
What we were talking about before, I know, it seems very, you just kind of like, get an inch, you get the work, you go an inch.
I mean, there are things that have changed, of course, over the years. Laws are better, they are stricter. The guy down in Florida, that was convicted of, for the 5th time, dog fighting, the judge said that, gave him 20 years, 20 to life. I sat down and wrote the judge a letter.
Do you want me to get the
thanking him. I just thought
boxes?
that was so good.
Yeah.
The guy that killed the
Debbie?
police dog, he got 10 years.
Right.
Do you want me to get the
They are
box?
punishing.
Oh, yes.
They can go in Madeline's car.
Okay, well, definitely.
It's like, I think like
boxes.
people get more organized and just,
You know, the problem is,
Pat, do you want me
Everybody
to go
has their
home
own
with you
opinion.
or?
it's not just that, we're frantically trying to say
I said,
every
it's
single
fine
day,
with
every
me, I'll be
single
glad to take you home, so.
Hi, folks. It's the first day of Lent, or the second day of Lent. Yesterday was Ash Wednesday. It's God time. Set the clock for 5 minutes. Set the timer. 40 days and 40 nights of holiness. That is a lovely, lovely ambition. And what is holiness? It's staying connected. It's staying one. It's staying up there, down there, over there, all around. It's a great, wonderful sphere. Staying with it, creating together, operating together, miracle after miracle after miracle. It's gone on here on our dear, sweet, wonderful, lovable earth for 5 billion years, we are told. Universe, 14.7 billion years, we are told. It goes on and on and on, and you look at that great star right up there, our star. See our star? And you look at that star, that great nuclear furnace, having burned what? How many years has the sun been burning? How many billions of years has the sun been burning? And burns and burns and burns and burns today. Bringing us that sweet light, that sweet heat. We're up to number 10 snowstorms. 9 of them have been nothing but ground covers. But the ground is white today. Stay with that oneness. Focus on it. Let's see, holy, 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 though the darkness hide God. What's the darkness that hides God? Ego. We can't fall for that. Keep me from falling on it, will you? Keep me from falling for it. Yeah, stay away. Stay away, ego. Stay away, selfishness. Stay away, separation. Don't let anything separate us from God. Nothing can separate us from God. God is for us. Who can be against us? So, get rid of that ego. Only thou art holy, there is none beside thee. Through the eye of sinful flesh, God's glory we can see. Through the clouds of selfishness, we can see the glory of God. God time. On the day after Ash Wednesday, I have to get my palm from Palm Sunday. Oh yeah, here he is. And I have to find somebody with a cigarette lighter. And I have to burn this palm, the ashes. So Christ was in the wilderness. And what were the 3 temptations of the devil? Matthew 4. 1. You're hungry, you haven't any food or water for 40 days. Turn these rocks into bread. Christ, man shall not live by bread alone. 2. I'll take you to the highest point of the temple in Jerusalem, and you jump down, and then you ask all of the angels to catch you. Answer, do not test the Lord your God. What's that mean, folks? Do not test the Lord your God. Well, doing just what the devil wanted him to do. Testing him. I'll jump down and you'll save me. No, do not test the Lord your God. What was the 3rd temptation? The wily ego, the wily devil. What was the 3rd? I take you to the top of the world and I show you all the kingdoms of the world. You can have them all. You can be the boss of the whole world the way Hitler wanted to be, the way Alexander the Great wanted to be, Julius Caesar, Napoleon. And the answer was, you shall love the Lord your God, and him only shall you serve. Ah, that's it. We don't serve ourselves. We serve everybody up there, down there, behind us, to the left, to the right, all over. We serve it all, running this grand universe together. Running this grand universe together with the God that's inside us, the conscience. Running this universe together, and operating it and creating. Its perpetuity, its beauty, its provision. God our Maker doth provide for our wants to be supplied. Come to God's own temple, come, sing the song of harvest home. Well, we got 2 seconds. Do you hear him? And that's God time for the first day of Lent, 2016, Anno Domini, the year of our Lord. for the beauty of this earth, for the glory of the skies, for the love which from our birth over and around us lies. Lord of all, to thee we raise this our hymn of grateful praise. The man bought a calculator with a built-in memory, and he tried to balance his checking a book. And the next day, he turned it on, and the calculator said, "What about yesterday when you slammed me down on the table when you couldn't balance your checking account?" So summer camp this summer, the couple have decided to send the dog to summer camp and send the children to obedience school. And they're going to send them to the most reliable camp and the least expensive. It's called Camp Grandma. And one dad says that summer camp is a place where you pay $1,000 so your kid can bring you home a 50-cent pot holder. We'll be calling Ginny Palmer at 9 o'clock to listen to the wisdom that Sarah Young brings down from above.